You know why we're not afraid? What? That he's great in turban. Turban's destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Yo! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that. Oh! They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We lords. Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say, Jacob, gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the ox on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped out for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives no red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and Nat painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful. And know, I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh. And white folk, let my people go, cause it's my battle cry.
Shalom, shalom, Israel.
Right. Most High bless. Most High bless. Okay. We're going to address a few things and show a few clips that we had done before, actually. Right. But I got to get something out the way before we start our video. Yehuda's supposed to come on, but I'm not sure what's going on. Hope Most High will. Everything is all right with him. And I want everybody to put their thinking hats here, right? That's paying attention to this. It's not that serious, right? You can believe whatever you want to believe, right? It's not that serious because whatever you teach, you're going to die. Whatever you don't teach, you're going to die. You know, and none of us going to save the world on what we teach. All right. But let me say this. What I notice about certain brothers, and I'll make it plain, that comes out the One West School of Thought. It's like you can't have a decision. If you say anything, you off. If you disagree with them, you bring up your own doctrine, or you just a keyboard Israelite. And the guy that's saying Daniel's a true elder, he's not even 50. So that goes to show you don't know scripture. What's a true elder? And I bet you've probably never met the dude before in your life. Right? And you did, so what? And compare who's an elder or not. I don't dick ride. I'm not a dick rider. See, Daniel is not even on here. You jumping up and down on his penis. Right? So a dick rider's in the house, brothers and sisters. Now let's finish with it. This goes exactly what I'm talking about. All of us fall short. All of us fall short. And I'm gonna answer every question. Just hold your damn tongue, and I'll speak to you of the glory of the Most High. But let's get to the topic, because some people try to divert. We've been teaching what we've been teaching, right? Because we saw things different, and we proved everything, right, that we're speaking on. We proved everything because we saw things different. And we proved everything. Right? Hey, mute your phone for a minute, Yehuda. Turn your screen down a little bit. I'm gonna talk for a few minutes before we go in on this, because I have to. Because I just don't see the point in cowardness, right? And I'm gonna give you an example before I go into what I'm about to go into. Tazariot, right? I don't see him as a coward at all, even though he didn't want to ever sit down with anybody on F.O.P.E and discuss it. But I remember what he told me when we was going back and forth. He said, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. And I was like, okay. And I knew he was talking about the scriptures. Let's talk about the scriptures. But my brother Daniela want to act like I want to get carnal with him. If I wanted to get carnal with that, brother Dan, I'd have got carnal with him when I saw him last time. I just would have. So then I'm just trying to figure where that's coming from. So I'm gonna lead y'all up to what actually transpired between that brother and I. He went and sat and saw another house. Now, mind you, this brother called me a clown. You're not tough. You're a clown. I ain't dealing with you guys. I'm not dealing with you guys. I'm not messing with you guys. But yet and still, he go in the man's house. Clown, I ain't dealing with you guys who don't believe in the Most High, our power, who said that he's a rapist, a murderer, a thief, and a liar. And that what we believe in is spooky. But he deal with that guy, right? But when it comes to us, we off. I can't deal with them guys. He actually say the Most High is not dealing with me. But then the man said, just like another brother said, that the Most High is dealing with Sonetta. Most High deals with everybody. But maybe he bringing two demons together. Okay? Maybe he's doing that also. So this is what Daniela did before we go into what the topic we've been going on of late, and what my brother Yehuda have been digging in their ass, no homo, real good. He goes on Sonetta in his house and start videoing. Somebody, I don't know who this guy was, contact him on his channel, right? And start talking about, I guess, second entrance and whatnot. I have no idea. You know, because anytime somebody talk about Negro only, it's Qanath. It's Qanath or it's F.O.P.E. Right? But remember, nobody listens to us. We're real small. But if anybody come with that, it's us that's doing it. That's not true. So the guy asked him a question, right? And he said, "Oh, if you want to talk about, we could talk about that, right? We could talk about that." He said, "What did he say? This one of Qanath guys, right?" And he said, "Y'all teaching that doctrine, talking about the Euphrates." His exact words was, "That's bullshit." So he said, "What we teach is bullshit, and what other brothers and sisters teach, what we believe in, is bullshit." That's what he said, right? Hey, look, do me a favor, y'all, because I'm tired of this cat. I'll do it, or y'all don't have to do it. Leaving them, sir, all right, whatever his damn name is. Don't put him in timeout. This block ain't got time for dick riders, right? Straight up, just like that, bro, just like that. So he said it's a bullshit doctrine. Okay, bullshit doctrine. And he mentioned my name. So that's why in turn, I made a video respectfully, a little comical, but respectfully. Responded to it. Everybody saw the response video. So then I get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Say, you know, this dude trying to sneak this you at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when he do his little talk shows. Now, mind you, he keep on saying little shit about me and was saying stuff about me. Qanath, are you breaking? Block your ass. Hold on, excuse me, brothers and sisters. I ain't got time for it. No more games with me. Block user. Boom. That's how we handle that. So I got the brother number. I would call him. I said, man, what's good? And one time he said something. Oh, I knew you was gonna call me. I apologize. But then he go mention my name again and then try to sneak this me at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right? And Shasham got online. I'll let Shasham speak for herself on the comment board. Then he blocked Shasham. And then he just went to a pussy fit. Right? Qanath, show me where I mentioned your name. And I showed him. Well, the reason why, because we deal with the second Esdras thing. Just because we see things different, right? The man gets personal with me, right? I'm a clown. I'm an adulterer. I'm teaching new doctrine. Mind you, then I said, brother, you teach new doctrine. Reincarnation. Abba Bivens was who? King David. Can they show one scripture that says King David's going to come back as Abba Bivens? Ariel had a dream. The Most High came to Ariel. Then the scriptures that the Bible says that the Most High is going to come to Ariel and give him a dream. Well, Daniel had dreams, right? Ariel had a dream the world was coming to an end in 2000. And it was forced to teach that doctrine. I couldn't get in touch with the elders. They would come on and prove it, right? The rape doctrine. You can rape in the kingdom, right? All these different damn doctrines, 12 tribe chart, this is 49, right? Certain people, Israelites, right? But we teaching, Shalom, Tracy, I'm sorry I missed your call. We teaching false doctrine, but they the one teaching false doctrine, right? So then he say, well, I'm just not going to deal with you guys. Cowardly. Cowardly. And the reason why you try to get ISUPK to jump on us, but they already don't want no smoke from it. And I left you alone, brother. But we done showed many videos demolishing your false belief. In fact, 2nd Esdras 13 chapters even talking about Christ. We go on and break it down different things. If you don't see it where we see it, they're fine. But don't come with we trying to be bullies or Qanath, you not tough and all that type of madness. All that type of madness of somebody's a true elder and who stop riding penis, all of you. Straight up. All right? I'm gonna let the two brothers say something and then we're gonna go into our videos and do whatever we need to do, right? And just be real brief, but say what you gotta say. Cause Shasham, I'm gonna let Shasham speak first, because he came on that line and started asking the brothers questions. And the brother actually called, when I called the brother months ago, he said he would sit down with me, Yehuda, and Shasham and discuss it, and told me personally Shasham would have problems with second Esdras. And I told Shasham this a few months ago. And he said, well, whenever you're ready to discuss it, we can discuss it. That's exactly what happened. And we're supposed to be on his show and discuss. He counseled on us. So Shasham, give you the floor, then Yehuda, then we're going to get into our thing. Go ahead.
Yeah, shalom, most I bless everybody. To me, like I said, it's not even nothing personal. You know, I just didn't like the fact that, you know, the trying to take low blow shots or trying to make it like people start. Like, listen, I still watch Maccabees TV. I don't have no problem with Daniela or anybody over there. Everybody making this shit personal. And I'm gonna tell you why. Every time something happens, somebody start talking about Negro only, the Euphrates doctrine or whatever. They start blaming everything on F.O.P.E. It's Qanath. He sent people to our channel. No, he didn't. You got dudes who making music, dissing Hispanics, and putting #F.O.P.E. We don't even know these guys. So, did we do that? Did F.O.P.E. have something to do with that? No. If people come on people platforms and getting on people and trying to ask about doctrine, that's their business. It has nothing to do with us. It's just that's the thing. Everybody want to blame everything on Qanath. It's Qanath. Somebody come to a camp, they have a doctrine or say anything similar to what we teach, Qanath sent them. Why is that? They don't know who the hell these people are. They're not even in our camp. We never even met these people. Even the ones on the internet. They just blame it on Qanath. Qanath, is your fault. Qanath, you did it. Elder Pequash was doing the same thing. Anybody who say anything about camps, who they was blaming? What did he say, Qanath? Well, Qanath, is your fault. You the leaders. No, you're not. You don't even know these people. How is you the leader of somebody that you never met? These people not in our congregation. They don't have no F.O.P.E. hats, no F.O.P.E. shirts. They're not even with us. They're not even with us. They don't moderate our channels or anything. But it's F.O.P.E. fault. Ridiculous. Another thing. Shout out to the homeboy Warrior Lord. I like Warrior Lord. Warrior Lord, you're a good dude, man. Now y'all try to take the man off his channel because he come watch our channel to get knowledge. That's bias. That's another thing what I was talking about, the Hebrew Israelite summits. Why nobody really care about ironing out doctrine or trying to make the community better or even deal with doctrine, period, to make doctrine better. When you sit there and mad at a man for watching other channels and learning from brothers and just trying to figure out the truth and get to the truth without any bias, you'll get mad at a man saying he's playing both sides because he look at our channel and he's on your channel. It's not playing both sides. That's a man who just seeking knowledge. What's wrong with that? So people can't have choices now. You see what I'm saying, Qanath? You cannot listen to nobody who teach. I was in One West years, and I was not just learning from One West Israelites. I learned a lot from Nasi. Learned a lot from Nasi. Learned a lot from Mighty Hebrew. I was still One West though. Never went Old Testament. I learned a lot from all them different brothers. But they was cordial. Like I said, nobody has in One West, nobody has a problem. Nobody has a problem with anybody in One West. You can be Old Testament, New Testament, don't matter. As long as you don't go against the chart. When you go against the chart, that's when you're the biggest enemy for everybody. And that's the truth. That's what makes you a target. It's just the chart. It ain't about nothing else. It's the chart, the chart, the chart, the chart. When you go against the chart, you become enemy. You become number one target. You become hated by everybody all over a 12-tribe chart, which is facts. Like I said, when I talked about the Negro only story and how it came to F.O.P.E., and I already knew about the Negro only doctrine before I even told Qanath. And I was studying it, and I wasn't dealing with a whole lot because I was still in One West, and I had a lot of books on Native Indians, and I was still trying to study it. So I'm not going to come at brothers and talk about a doctrine that I can't prove. So I never presented that doctrine even to my camp. But the brother Naraka did. And like I told the brother, when he was asking me all these different questions, I said, brother, I have to go over it. I'm just being honest. I don't know. I'm not a hypocrite Israelite, somebody who's going to sit here and act like I know everything when I don't. This has nothing to do with years in the truth. You could be in the truth for 40 years. If you don't know, you don't know. Everybody don't know everything. But brothers have a stigma, where nobody can't tell them nothing or ask them anything when it comes to doctrine, or you don't want to hear nobody out on nothing. when you don't know how to answer. You can't answer a question you don't know. You just don't know. So a lot of things in the video talking about brothers ain't worth his time, all this other stuff. If he bring this stuff out here, smash brothers, he asks brothers these questions, man, it's foolishness. Like I said, if y'all knew, or you saying that the Ephraimite brothers working on something, far as it, if they knew and you knew the answers to it, you would have been debunked it. It don't take over a year or almost 2 years to debunk something. If it's right, point blank period. If it's right, why it take so long? You would already know. You would just debunk it. That's for anybody. So if it takes you a year or two to debunk a doctrine, you don't know it. You shouldn't have to study if you've been in the truth 30 years, 40 years. It's not a shot. It's just the truth, right? Now, anybody out there, think about it. If you was teaching something that was wrong, and you know it was wrong, and people was listening to that, and you said these guys saying this, and these people are, why can't you just debunk it? It shouldn't take you a year or 2 years to try to debunk something that you already know that's true. But you tell somebody they not on your level. That's what you call arrogance. That's being arrogant, man. That's why the Israelite community now, brothers cannot come together because brothers are arrogant. They don't want to take correction and they don't want to hear you out. Because if it wasn't true, why the hell is taking you almost damn near 2 years to debunk a goddamn doctrine? If it was false. Think about it. But you've been teaching it for how many years? 30 years, 40 years? Don't make sense. That's what I'm saying. And it was just, like I said, a lot of pettiness, man. It's not about how much time you got in. When I speak about being in Israel for 10 years, I'm speaking about my walk and my experiences and what I learned from different brothers. I had to come to a point in my life where I had to stop being biased. And trust me, believe me, y'all, once you start learning more than brothers who so-called elders or more than elders, they're not going to deal with you a lot no more because you're starting to surpass them in knowledge. Me, I am not a person who want to be stuck and idle. A lot of brothers are idle in the knowledge and they just regurgitators. They just regurgitators. All they do is regurgitate what they taught. That's it. They're not furthering their knowledge. They're not reading. They're not studying. I've been told y'all. These are the get along Israelites. They go along with everything somebody teach them, whether it's right, wrong. They don't do no study for themselves. That is not me. That's why I said I would not make it in IUIC. I would not make it in GOCC. I would not make it in ISUBK because I study and I ask questions. And I'm not biased to information. And there's nothing wrong with that. It ain't nothing personal, man. It's just about information. It's about the truth. Obviously, brothers don't care about the truth. They only care about the go along, get along stuff. Whether, hey, this is what we teach, whether it's right or wrong or not. This is what we teach and I gotta go along. And that's just facts. I just find it stupid that that's how Israel is. It shouldn't be that way. And like I said, Warrior Lord, man, you always been on our channel, bro, supporting. If you're a non-biased person like you are, you can come over here, watch our videos, man, and learn what you want to learn. You have your own mind. No man out here has the key to your salvation but you. And that's for anybody out here. Stop letting elders or anybody with these so-called ranks dictate if you playing both sides or not. Playing both sides is when you go over here and you with somebody and you talking shit about us and then come back over here and you on over here with us and you talking shit about them. That's not what's going on. Warrior Lord don't do that. He speaks on actual facts about what's going on with the camps. So you could come moderate our channel, Warrior Lord, if it's that serious. If you got to be a biased person and can't listen to our teachers.
No, we already got good moderators though. We got good moderators.
I'm just saying, putting it out there. Because to me, that's hypocrisy. You want to tell a man he playing both sides because he come listen to somebody else or listen to other people who teach. So I guess he only supposed to listen to Maccabees TV. He can't learn from nobody else. Warrior Lord, put some of our videos on his channel. Like, man, stop it. That's what I mean by the control in Israel. They want to make you a fucking zombie. They want to make you a dummy.
One West.
It's one West. It's stupid. You can't seek no more knowledge. Like I said, if people were so smart, like I said before, why none of them ain't destroyed the rape doctrine when Tahar was on everybody's ass and he was pressing everybody about it? They ain't break that shit down. The Most High used me through the power of Yahawashi to do that. Let's just keep it real. And I wasn't even in the knowledge that long when I was doing that. So the Most High, like I said, we know in part, we prophesied in part. It's not given to all one person. But like I said, it's just the arrogance in Israel. What makes you look at this shit and be like, man, this shit is just a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of just show. It's not even about the truth, man. It's not even about serving the Most High. I don't serve man. I serve Yahweh Yahawashi. Nobody else can help me get through the kingdom or nothing. Everything is going to be my fault, and it's up to me. I'm a man. I stand on my own 10 toes. And I'm strictly for truth, not lies. I have nothing against, no hate against Puerto Ricans, Native Indians, Mexicans, or anybody out there. You feel me? If you want to serve the Father, you can. But to blatantly teach lies, it's not right. And you have to pay for this stuff. And I'm not doing that. I'm not going to have it on my record. I need sins blotted out. And the day of the judgment, when you go, the Lord going to tell you, well, you knew you got to pay for that. I'm not going to pay for that when I know it's false. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Before we start, go ahead, Yehudi, you want to say something? We're going to get started, man.
I just want to piggyback off of what Sean Sham said about Israel. Here's what I want to say here, right? Israel, right, is worldwide. So I think the correct words to use is one West. Because one West is the minority. One West is like a spittle compared to all the Jews, the black Jews worldwide. It's like a very small percent. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I want to say. And the second thing is, they talk about you being rejected or God rejected you. When in fact, God really rejected them because they are the one that teaching the false doctrine. They the one teaching the doctrine that they learned from a lying nigga who said that the world was going to end in the year 2000. They inherited his doctrines, but yet God rejected you, Qanath. It's crazy. The hypocrisy.
Yeah, the brother actually said that. I was like, wow.
But he rejected you. But he continuing to teach the doctrine that he learned from AREA. That's a fact. That's a fact. He can get mad all he want. And we proved it. We showed now through history and the videos that no ships can go down all the way down the Euphrates. Like I said, we're in contact with our Iranian historian. He said the Euphrates is like 1,000 miles long. And many parts of the Euphrates have shallow waters. That's why when you look at that's why you look at the scripture. That's why you see the Babylonians, the Assyrians. How did they cross the Euphrates? They didn't fly across. But you see, these niggas, a lot of these dudes, like I said before, when they was in high school, when they was growing up, they wasn't that bright. They wasn't. Because it's no way possible that somebody can sit here and say that a shallow waters, or when you talk about the springs, right? Or what you call it? How God held back the flood so they can go through. Right? They're narrow. That's common sense. How did the Babylonians and the Assyrians cross the Euphrates? They used wagons, they used chariots, they used horses, they had foot soldiers, camels. That's how they crossed. How did the Jews return? Go read Ezra. They used donkeys, camels, horses, mules, all kinds of animals to return. So you telling me that you telling me that the chariots and the wagons floated on the waters are Qanath? When the Babylonians went through, or when the Assyrians went through to go south towards Jerusalem, the chariots and the wagons, they all floated on top of the waters? Are these niggas that special ed, bro? Are they that dumb? And we showed that the Euphrates and the Tigris ends at the Iraqi marshlands where no ships can go through. So the gig is up.
But Yehuda, this is what I was confused about. In the video, he asked the brother about, he's saying crossover. Do anybody want to take that? Nobody answer when they mentioned it in the video. When he said, when they keep talking about the crossover, when you keep asking them, but nobody answered the question. When he asked him, anybody want to take on that?
I'm gonna tell you why, Sham. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't answer the question. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't answer the question. I want you to open up with this video. I'm gonna have to play the whole video just a little bit. There's a part of the first minute what I just sent you.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't answer that question.
Okay, go ahead.
I saw something in that video that shocked me. Sarnetta passed the mic to. Go back and watch this, brothers and sisters. And what I'm about to say, y'all, wow. Sarnetta passed the mic to Zion Lex. Sarnetta passed the mic to Zion Lex. This is something that Sarnetta could have did himself. He passed the mic to Zion Lex and said, say, test me, test the mic. Zion Lex said, testing, check, mic check. He told Zion Lex to pass the same mic to Tazariak and told him to test it. And he got on there saying, mic check, with the same damn mic. I said, wait a minute. When Zion said, mic check, it worked. And he passed the microphone to Tazariak. Why did he need to say mic check? That let me know that these guys something is wrong. Something is wrong. They get dressed up to go on sit in the man couch. You know, first of all, let me say this. I'm not talking about Zion Lex at all in this video. I'm not addressing him any negative way at all in this video. Okay? Just put that out there. But that kind of shocked me, you know, and the brother with the he started calling names first and everything. But we've been proven over and over and over again. I'm only going to play a video, champ, for like 5 minutes because it's long, and I want y'all to get into what y'all need to get into. But this is a world map, a satellite view, and a woman or man, whatever it is, going down Euphrates.
I'm gonna play that, but let me say this real quick, Qanath, too.
Okay.
And he also was talking about Israelites being spread out. We proved in the breakdowns in the video already about Israelites being in Nivea and other places that they were during the time of the Civil War, and how everybody knew that the Civil War was going on and started migrating out. Now, we already knew that. This stuff been explained. This is stuff they bringing up we already done talked about. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why is they bringing up old stuff we explained in videos months and months and months ago?
Well, let Qanath play the video. We're going to get into that a little bit. But it's the gig is up anyway, because we proved, and through our Iranian contact, that no ships can go through the Iraqi marsh lands. The Euphrates and the Tigris both ends and flows into the Iraqi marsh lands. The Iraqi marshlands is before the Persian Gulf. The gig is up.
Hold on.
He says no shit.
I don't care who tried to come on this line. Hold on, Yuda. Because I should have said this a chat before we started live. If somebody tried to come in the chat with us, nobody on the program, just us three right now. Unless it's Jonathan, if he want to come on. Only Jonathan. All right. Yeah, go ahead. I want y'all to look at this. Elder Brooke, he want to come on too. Yeah.
Let me say this one more time, though. For all of you listening who are kind of slow in the brains, probably was in special ed when you was in high school. Once again, no ships can go through the Iraqi marsh lands. The gig is up. It's no more discussion, no more debates. If the 10 tribes came over, they could not come over anyway, because many parts of the Euphrates have shallow waters. That's a fact. And also, no ships can go through the Iraqi marshlands. You have to go through the Iraqi marshlands before you reach the Persian Gulf. The gig is up. Go ahead, Qanath.
Yeah, now, brothers and sisters, these guys, they stuck on just learning from people that was wrong. This is the Euphrates. Let the video play, Sam. Sam, go ahead, let it play. Oh, he stepped away. Damn. Okay. So he's gonna let this video play when he come back. But we already showed videos where you can see camels and all that stuff walking, right? Some parts of the river you can take a rock and throw it across, right? Mm-hmm. And they went over, not down the river. Okay, but go ahead, let this video play. And I want y'all to see this, and then you can see how idiotic men following men are. Let it play. Let's go.
You should have played the video with the Iraqi marshlands. We don't really need to play.
We're gonna play that. I just want them to see this part right here. This is important though. I want them to see this. This is a world map. You see this? Turkey, Syria, Iran. Five days on the road, 3,400. Look here. 9 days on the river, not a year and a half. 9 days on this river. Brothers and sisters, this is part of the Euphrates River that they're showing you. It's going to get better. This is the Euphrates River. I don't know who this is. Don't let them on. We're getting closer. I'm gonna let you on share and go. I just want everybody to see. I want y'all to see this. This is like something you need a ship can fit in so far, brothers and sisters. And why in the hell would you take a ship and you can ride horseback on the land? It's gonna get much better. I just want 5 minutes, brothers, and then y'all let y'all go. This is the Euphrates River. The Euphrates, you got narrow paths, you don't have wide paths, what you're going to see in this video. Now they're gonna go on all these different turns just to take a damn ship, and you can take a horse or camel. Now watch this, brothers and sisters. Becky is gonna go down the Euphrates River. There we go. That's good, Shan, right there. Speed up a little bit, right? Okay. Now Becky is going down the Euphrates River. It's like a ship. It's going to get even better. Let it go, Shan. Oh, go back, up.
Go back, Sham.
There we go.
Go back to the shallow water part, Sham.
Right here.
Yeah, let it go.
The part we had all the rocks.
It's coming up.
There we go. See that? It's gonna come up.
Yep.
This Euphrates River. Becky going down Euphrates. You see this?
That's
do you
shallow
need a
water
ship
right
to go
there.
across that?
That's a narrow part of the river right there, Qanath. That's a narrow part.
I know it. Let it keep on going. Let's give me 5 minutes. Keep on going.
You can walk right across there.
ship. Now, this is a stream and spring. Now, this will flood, especially on high tide. This is the spring and stream that it speaks about, because some people don't know what that is.
Exactly. Exactly. You can walk right through there.
And we didn't put out scriptures. We've been to show where King David walked over there. Look at this. She's going down the river in a big ass ship with thousands of Israelites, 10 tribes, going down a narrow path in a big ass ship with thousands and thousands of Levites and
Pause it right there. Pause it. Pause it. You see this part right here? Just as the brother in Iran explained to me that the Euphrates and Tigris have many parts with shallow waters where you can walk right through. This is one of the parts right here. You see the springs. God held still the springs. The springs is what float. So he held still so they can go through. The springs is moving now. You understand? That's how it works.
Yep. Let it go. Because the water get real heavy during the flood and it wash you away. Look at it. Look at that big ass ship, Daniela, with our bullshit doctrine going down the stream and springs, a narrow path. Uh-oh. The ship is stuck. The ship is stuck in the rocks, Shasham, Yehuda.
Pause it again. Pause it one more time.
The Phoenician ship is stuck.
Pause it one last time. Again, folks, the springs is what caused the water to move. Go do the research and study what a spring is. You had the stream, which is the water, and you had the springs that cause the water to move. Once the springs start moving, you can walk across easy. That's why I said God held still the flood. And when you go read, I think verse 47, 48, it said God held still the springs again. But we'll get to that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hey, let it play, and I'm gonna say something real quick. Let it play. A spring, a stream, a lake can flood. A river can overflow. The banks can overflood. An ocean cannot flood. It can have a high tide. It can have a tsunami.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
A hurricane can push the waters on the shore, but flood, that can flood. The Most High did not open up the Persian Gulf in the Atlantic Ocean so they can walk through mud. They're gonna know, not walk through mud. He's gonna open up the ocean and they're gonna sit on the ship in the mud. They're gonna get out and push the ship in the mud from the Euphrates. This is the Euphrates River.
Right there, right? Stop. Pause it. You see right here? This is a narrow part. You can walk right through there. But like I said,
Champion, you can speed up and find the wide part too.
Qanath, like I said, though, it doesn't matter anyway. We don't even really have to go talk about the Euphrates and show this, because the Euphrates, as I said before, the Euphrates and Tigris ends and flows into the Iraqi marshlands where no ships can go.
Well, let me show this video then about the marshlands then.
No ships can go through there. So the gig is up. It's over. The game is over.
While he's getting the other video, so that's just part of it, and the Euphrates get wider too. And even the wider part, you can still see the other side. You can see it. Okay. But here we go. They've yet to prove that, and that does not make a certain people Israel. I seen my brother. Go ahead, talk on the Sham. That's yours. Go ahead. The sun rises over the marshes of southern Iraq.
I just want people to watch this video. It's like 5 minutes.
Fed by the Tigris and Euphrates
because they said
rivers.
you can't walk across
Home
it,
to
the
people
Marshes.
as far back as the Sumerians.
Now remember, Yehuda said they live on it, right?
Ago.
They live on it.
Now this is
this all the marshlands, folks. That's why it's called marshland.
Now, I want them to prove how a ship got through this shit here.
It's a mixture of land and marshes, folks.
People known as the Marsh Arabs fled. When the dictator was stopped in 2003, many returned and demolished dams that had deprived their homeland of water for so long. The years of oppression that the Marsh Arabs suffered under the former they say that repeated promises by governments since the fall of Saddam Hussein over better access to services have never been kept. They can live according to their traditions now, but life here is exceptionally hard. Salima Khudair bakes bread on a tiny island where her family raise buffalo. She says she's seen no improvement to their lives in recent years.
Life is miserable because of the heat and the toil of looking after our livestock.
See those buffaloes?
The buffalo.
Right in the water?
Look,
you saw that?
Experts say
there they go walking across.
Iraqi marshland. Ain't no damn ships going through.
Look, salinity of the marsh water.
The gig is up.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
And quantity of milk.
The gig is up.
Hold on, pause it. Yehuda, what's that scripture where it said the animals, the goats, and the all that? What's the scripture?
Which one again? Which?
The one about the camels and the goats and the ass and all that, where he put them on it to go across the water.
Oh, that's many scriptures. You got the book of Ezra. They taught us about it in Isaiah. It's many scriptures.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Shan.
If the gig is up, man, it's over. It's a wrap.
And preserving.
Oh, wait a minute. That can reach to the bottom, to the narrow path.
Fish die and the cattle eat less. We produce less milk for us to sell. In the winter, they suffer viruses. We have no veterinary services.
Again,
electricity, no schools, no health services.
For those who slow, Qanath,
the government was proud to go to 3 years ago.
Right into Iraqi marshland, with shallow waters, and land. Where people been living for over 1,000 years.
Where tribal elders discuss issues affecting the community, such as environmental problems and what many say is government neglect.
We have seen no improvement since the marshes were listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There were hopes it could be a place for environmental tourism, but that hasn't happened yet.
It's estimated the marshes have shrunk to
ain't no ships going through there.
No
ships.
Wait a minute.
People with a unique culture in a suffering region of political violence say it's climate change and broken
all the marshes.
Threats to their lives. Charles Strafford, Al Jazeera.
Like I said, ridiculous.
So all these years, these niggas have been lying. Talking about some ships going through the Euphrates all the way to the Persian Gulf around Africa. No, niggas, you have to go through the Iraqi marshlands. Ain't no getting around it. And
so now the question is, they saying, well, tell us a point where they went in through the narrow patch, like it says.
Now
the narrow pass is for the Iraqi marshland. So if they went through the narrow pass on a ship, and the ships hit to the Iraqi marshlands, how did the ships get to the ocean? When you can't get a ship through there. So I guess they moved the ship and walked the ship around the Iraqi marshlands.
Exactly.
They stopped in the ocean.
They picked the ships up and walked through. Come on, man. Stop it.
Hey, hold on. Let me read the scripture. This 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 43. You said they said how to get there. This is what it says. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 43. It says, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
No, they entered in with a ship. That's what it said.
In fact, Qanath, that's what I want to deal with right now. I want to go over some scriptures now. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, because I already have some things down here that I want to go over. Now we're going to show you folks how and where they went when they escaped from Assyria during the Assyrian captivity, right? Go to Second Ezra, read verses Second Ezra 13, read verse 41, 42.
Okay, it says, but Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 41, it says, but they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a listen, brother, a further country where no man dwell, a further country.
Read verse 42.
42, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
That they might keep their statutes that they never kept in their own land. Now let's go to Ezekiel. I'm going to show you folks where they went.
Bro, I gotta get my Bible. You read it till I get my Bible.
I go get it. Ezekiel 23. So we just read the Second Ezra. They took the counsel among themselves. Now, here's the question too, Qanath, and to all of you out there who have a brain. When the Assyrians took the Jews or the so-called northern tribes into captivity and Judah, where did they place them? Did they only place them above the Euphrates, or did they place them also above the Tigris? According to scripture, they placed them above the Euphrates and the Tigris. See, people keep
forgetting Nivea and what's the other place? Nivea, right?
No, I'm saying when they took the 10 tribes into captivity. They was living above the Euphrates and the Tigris. See, everybody keep forgetting about the Tigris.
Right.
The Jews were scattered above the Tigris also in captivity. So when it says they took the counsel among themselves, it's talking about each individual family. Why? Because it was a civil war. When you go do the history, learn the history of the Assyrians, after Sennacherib died, his 3 sons, they fought against each other for power. The 2 eldest sons fought against the youngest son, right? It was a civil war. So when it says they took the counsel among themselves, it's talking about different families within the 10 tribes living above the Tigris and the Euphrates. They was talking amongst themselves in their own houses because everybody knew it was a civil war, and they left. They went to Africa. Why? Because they already knew the tribe of Dan was in Africa. Because when you go do the history and learn the history of the Danites, when the Danites left before the Assyrian captivity, all the 10 tribes knew exactly where the tribe of Dan went to. So when the Jews went to
Ezekiel,
Africa,
what?
Ezekiel 23. Ezekiel 20, chapter 23. So when the Jews went to Africa, many of them went to Ethiopia, Cush, where the Danites was at, and many of them continued further west into Africa. That's what happened. We're going to prove it tonight. Ezekiel 23, right? Ezekiel 23. We're not going to read everything here. I just have some main points I want to get to. Let's start at, let me see where I want to start at here. Where I want to start here. Hey, Qanath, do me a favor. Read verse 23. Ezekiel 23, verse 23.
Okay, 23 and 23. Ezekiel. The Babylonians and all the Chaldeans, Pekod and Show and Ka'e and all the Assyrians with them, all of them.
The Babylonians, because this is when Nebuchadnezzar first became king, right? And when he became king, the Assyrians also joined his army. Go ahead, Qanath.
All of them desirable young men, captains and rulers, great lords and renowned, all of them riding upon horses.
All riding upon horses. Okay, again, it says the Assyrians, they joined the army of the Babylonians when the Babylonians first took over. The Assyrians joined them. The young men, that's why the Babylonian army was so powerful, because many of the young men within the Assyrians joined them. Right? Read verse 24.
And they shall come against thee with chariots, wagons, and wheels,
and wheels,
and with an assembly of people which shall set against the buckler and shield and helmet round about, and I will set judgment before them, and they shall judge thee according to their judgments.
So God is telling you morons right here, when he put this in the spirit of the Babylonians to go down to Israel, that they would come down on horses and chariots and wagons and wheels. Now, what part of the river did they go through?
Well, they had to make sure they get on the wheels, man, so they sail the sea with wheels.
Exactly. So they
sail the river and the ocean and all that with the wheels.
So the Babylonians, how did they get down there, folks?
They pedal. They you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say no. They had a pedal that had wheels on it, and they pedaled across the Euphrates.
They pedaled across, right?
And across the Pacific, the Atlantic Ocean, and down the Persian Gulf with pedal wheels and horses.
This is comical, man. This scripture right here shows you that the Euphrates have many shallow parts, because it says that the Babylonians came through with horses, chariots, wagons, and wheels, and a great assembly. That's how they went.
That's
down.
For you. Hey, that's for Daniela, for Maccabees TV, right? And I'm not trying. It's not clout chasing or to get nobody to watch our video, because you said what we teach is bullshit. So explain this. Show everybody your priesthood, right? Because your name is priest, Daniela, which means you're a Levite. You give the laws and you have complete understanding, because you are a Levite and you're not blemished. So you know this. So I'm pretty sure Daniela, the priest, right? And I have nothing against you, even though I came back at you kind of hard the other day, right? But I want you to show everybody your priestly hood, right? This scripture don't mean nothing.
No, exactly. Now we want you guys to deal with, write these scriptures down. In fact, somebody put these scriptures in the comment board. Deal with Ezekiel 23 verses 23 and 24. But we're not done. And also, if you're watching, what's the brother name? Daniela. We also prove that the tribe of Benjamin and Levi were among the 10 tribes taken into captivity in scripture.
Yep.
And that's the problem, because if you saying the Haitians are Levites, and they are, and all 10 tribes came over to the Americas like they teach,
which is a damn lie. You know why? I ain't mean to cut you off, Shawshay. I'm gonna let you finish. You know why it's a damn lie? Because according to the law of Moses, which many of these niggas claim they keep and follow, only the Levites can teach. The 10 tribes did not go no damn where without no Levites to teach them the laws of Moses. And according to the law of Moses, they can only go back to Jerusalem for the high holy days, especially the Passover.
So if they came to America, North, South, Central America, where is the Aramaic writings? And now he's saying they putting something together. I hope they don't come up here with a whole bunch of Phoenician artifacts talking about all this Phoenician stuff, when the 10 tribes are speaking Aramaic, and we have yet to discover anything Aramaic in North, South, and Central America, all the way down from Canada. Show me anything Aramaic.
You know what, Shawshay? If we continue, I got that covered. I got that covered tonight. Shall we continue? I already got it covered, bro.
I'm gonna go. Like I said, I got all these archaeology books. I was just waiting to crack all these open, and I was researching this stuff anyway on these artifacts that they found over here, especially the ones in Puerto Rico, because they're the ones they use the most. All that stuff is Phoenician. So, like I said, you're gonna tell me this big landmass from Canada to North America to South America, we cannot find no Aramaic writings. None. They just completely dropped the whole language. Come on, man.
But like I said, if we got time tonight,
It changes to another, and they look change.
I'm gonna prove it.
Go ahead, let's go.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. They done because no ships can go through the Iraqi marshland. Over. And on top of that, they did not come over here because the Levites had to come with them to teach them the laws of Moses, and they had to go back to Jerusalem for the Passover, according to the law of Moses. They ain't getting around that. They're not getting around that. Let's go to the book of Judith.
Well, if you got to do the Passover every year, and it took a year and a half to get over this motherfucker. I mean, goddamn it! How many years you missing the Passover to come back to Jerusalem?
Thank you. Let's go to the book of Judith. Let me show you where the 10 tribes went according to the book of Judith. Let's go to Judith chapter 4.
See what it can you there without keeping the Passover. Damn.
That's a good point.
But we knew they was going back and forth anyway, but you know.
And it says that they went to a further country to keep the law. But I can show you.
You read that one, brother. You read that.
Judith 4. Okay, let's go. Let me get it real fast. Here we go right here. The book of Judith, chapter 4. Now let me show you guys when it says in second Ezra that God held still the flood and they went to a further country. Now we're about to see what direction they went to, or they went in. This is Judith chapter 4, verse 1. Make sure that somebody put this in the comment board and write this down. Judith 4, verse 1. It says, now the children of Israel that dwelt in Judea, they heard all that Holofernes, the chief captain of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, king of the Assyrians, because when Nebuchadnezzar took over, he also merged the Assyrian army with his army. He took over. That's why it says king of the Assyrians, Nebuchadnezzar, had done to the nations. And after what manner he has spoiled all their temples and brought them to naught. Verse 2. Therefore, they were exceedingly afraid of him. Who? It said, verse 1, the children of Israel. Watch this here. They were exceedingly afraid of him and were troubled for Jerusalem and for the temple of the Lord their God. There was trouble. It says there was trouble, Qanath.
I'll read verse 3 for you.
Go ahead, read verse 3. Let's see why there was trouble. Let's see what happened now. Verse 3. Go ahead.
Verse 3 says, for they were newly returned from the captivity, and all the people of Judea were lately gathered together, and the vessels and their altar and the houses were sacrificed after the profanation.
Now watch this, Qanath.
Profanation.
It says in verse 3, they was afraid of the captain of Nebuchadnezzar, because they were newly returned from the captivity. Now, my question, what captivity they were returned from? Because remember now, the Babylonians just took over. Nebuchadnezzar just became the king, and the Babylonian replaced the Assyrian Empire. So if the Babylonians now took over, when it says, for they were newly returned from what captivity is talking about? Who are these Jews that was newly returned from the captivity? Who are these Jews right here?
The shocker.
These are the 10 tribes. These are the Jews within the 10 tribes that escaped during the Assyrian Civil War. When they say they was newly returned from the captivity. Right? Watch this here. Let's go to Judith chapter 5. Right? Judith chapter 5, right? I'm not going to read all this stuff. I'm going to start right here. Now, what's going on in Judith chapter 5? The captain of Nebuchadnezzar, Holofernes, is asking the local or the surrounding nation. He's trying to get more information about the Jews, right? So let me start at verse 8. He's now explaining to the captain of Nebuchadnezzar the history of the Jews. Look what it says in verse 8. He says, for they left the way of their ancestors. He's telling this captain, right? And worship the God of heaven, the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their gods, and they fled into Mesopotamia, see, and sojourned there many days, talking about Abraham. Now you can continue on your own and read verses 9 through 17, but let me start at verse 18. He says, but when they departed from the way which he appointed them, meaning God, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. So he's telling this captain of Nebuchadnezzar that these Jews that newly returned from the captivity, they was led captive by the Assyrians, right? Then it says here, there was led captives into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their God was cast into the ground, and their cities were taken by enemies. Verse 19, but now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered. These are the Jews within the 10 tribes that returned. Watch this.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I don't want that slip. Priest Daniel, since you brought F.O.P.E up, they returned.
Newly returned.
Not to America. Oh, they didn't go to America, say they returned. Right? So now, if you go by y'all doctrine, they returned from America back over to Assyria. Because if you're going to go, you're going to have to tell me that they came to America, they returned back. Right?
Exactly.
No. They returned. And returned from where? Returned from where?
Now, keep in mind, Qanath, while you're talking, let me interject. The Babylonians just took over. So they explaining to this captain of Nebuchadnezzar that these Jews, they newly returned from the captivity. The Assyrian captivity. These are the 10 tribes. The Jews within the 10 tribes, because many of them went further south into Africa. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to show it to you.
All over.
They went, watch this. Go to 2nd Ezra real quick, Qanath. Read verse 48.
Yep.
2nd Ezra 13, verse 48.
Because
when the 10 tribes left, they went towards Jerusalem. Many stayed in around the region of Jerusalem. That's why it says here that these Israelites was newly returned. They was newly returned from the captivity. Now read verse 48.
48, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 8, and it reads on as wise. But those that be left behind.
Stop. But those that be left behind. Where left behind where? Go ahead, Qanath, read.
But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders.
Exactly. So when the 10 tribes left, many of them remained behind in Jerusalem, while the remaining went into Africa. The ones that remain behind, these are the same.
Hold on. You got to prove to me that they went into Africa.
Oh, we're gonna prove it.
You got. I know it. I'm playing what they're gonna say. Right.
I got you.
You know, Israel was here. They was there. You got to prove they went to Africa, and we're in Africa.
But wait a minute, Qanath. It says that God said those that be left behind are my people that's in Jerusalem, that's near Jerusalem. So it's showing you which direction the 10 tribes went. They went towards Jerusalem. The gig is up. They went.
You on mute, Shan?
They went towards.
You on mute?
I said they went towards. That's where they went. So they say.
It's for a whole year and a half with chicken and ribs and vegetables and medicine and soap and water. A whole year and a half on a vessel.
The nigga from IUIC said they split the Atlantic Ocean. Remember in the video? They split the Atlantic Ocean.
A Mexican said that. He said they split the Atlantic Ocean.
So what happened is they split the Iraqi marshlands where all the people live at for thousands of miles. Just marshlands for thousands of miles. They just split the Iraqi marshlands. Went right through there.
They split the marshlands and set the ships in the mud.
Man,
but we got to F up. Our doctrine is bullshit.
Yeah, our doctrine is bullshit. Right? But let's continue, Qanath, before time. Let's go to so basically, right? We know This is speaking of the Jews that escaped Assyria, because Jeremiah 44, let's go to Jeremiah chapter 44. Jeremiah 44 confirms this here. These were the Jews. That's why when you go to the book of Judith, that's why they told the captain of Nebuchadnezzar, these Jews were newly returned from the captivity.
Hey, I hope all of Israel. Hey, Yehuda, can you hold your thought just for a second? I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna stop interrupting. I hope all of Israel can see something here at F.O.P.E. And I hope y'all really can see something in me, right? And learn something here real quick. This was my so-called camp, right? That me and some brothers started alone back, right? This was the guy that's fire on the streets, got to make you laugh, break down scriptures, all that. Me and the brother Yehuda met, right? See, I can do what these Negroes can't do and refuse to do. They refuse to learn a little something from other people, right? Or they refuse to let somebody come in and show you something that they probably can't show you. Or if they can show you, they don't want to give the other person no shine or anything. I'm not giving Yehuda no shine, because Yehuda been doing this way, he been talking about this way before I have. Okay, way before I have been talking about this. And then I started talking on it, right? And we came together and started breaking down scriptures together. These guys don't want to see nobody else but themselves in a spotlight per se. But go Yehuda, I just want everybody to see this, man, because you let people take over your channel, you gotta say this. What you mean? It's not about my channel or Yehuda channel, it's about the word of the Most High. It's not looking for no vain glory. Go ahead, Jeremiah 44, what?
Yeah, the Jews always fled into Africa. Let's see when the Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from the Babylonians. They always went to Africa. Always. That's why the 10 tribes went into Africa. When they fled the Assyrian during the Civil War, that's why many of them went into Africa, while the other ones remained around Jerusalem. They remained. That's why I said they was afraid when the Babylonians came down, because they was newly returned from the captivity.
Right.
That's why they was afraid.
Right.
They just escaped the captivity. They didn't want to go back. They just escaped the Assyrian captivity. So they did not want to go back to Babylon. But watch this, Jeremiah 44. Read verse 1 and 2, Qanath. The Jews always fled. Jeremiah 44.
Okay, you always give me these big ass words. Okay, Jeremiah 44.
Yeah, I'll read it, Qanath. This is when they took Jeremiah by force to go into Africa, Egypt, right? Jeremiah 44, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews that dwell in the land of Egypt, which dwell at Migdol and at Tapanhes. If Shashan had my map up, I can show everybody that dwell at Tapanhes.
Oh man, when they get back with you.
And at Noth, and in the country of Patros. Okay, because many of the Jews fled further south, deep into Africa, in what's called Patros, which the Elephantine Island or the Elephantine Jews was part of Patros. The Elephantine Jews are these Jews that was living in Patros. Go ahead, Qanath.
No. I mean, I'm just looking at this, and I'm just waiting for, maybe if you want Sham, I don't know. He sent you a map.
Yeah, I sent you an email that says maps.
I got you.
Pull up the email. One that has Egypt. You see Egypt, and it'll have like Migdol and Tapanhes and Noth and Patros, where the Jews fled because they was fleeing from the Babylonians. The Jews always went to Africa. Why in the hell the Jews gonna come get the hell out of here? First of all, they could not go through no.
And you know what I noticed? These brothers, they never teach on this stuff. They just regurgitate what they heard. That's why I sound so ridiculous and redundant, because they never teach on it. And y'all, like I say, he been in the knowledge, because I'm not gonna take truth. Only thing he learned, probably I ain't gonna say only thing. Some stuff he learned is that he's an Israelite, you know. And I really like that brother, man. It kind of bothered me a little bit. You know what I mean? It really kind of bothered me, and it still do, you know. But
don't let it.
They don't teach on it. No, I'm just saying to see that the brother would come. I thought we was cool, you know what I mean? And to come at me like that, it's like, wow, you know.
Go to the next image.
Show the map. There we go.
No, scroll to the next one. I'll tell you when to stop. I'll tell you when to stop.
Oh, I see y'all got that work too.
Go back. Go right here. Right here. Blow that up, Shawshan. I'm gonna read this. No, go. I'm sorry. No. Keep going, Shawshan. That's not what I wanted to show you. Keep going. I want to get to another map. Go. Keep going. Keep going. I might have to go back.
I think that was it at first because it did say it's.
Yeah, but
it said that. Go back to that other one.
I said this. Go. That one right there. Blow that up.
That's it right there.
Blow it up.
What part?
That's good. I'm gonna start reading. Well, I'm gonna start reading. You can scroll that. Blow it up a little more. Okay. You see what it says? Migdal and Tapanese. That's what Jeremiah. That's what they took Jeremiah right there. Let me read this one more time. Watch this, folks. Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews that dwell in the land of Egypt, which dwell at Migdal. So who are these Jews dwelling in Africa? Right? And all it says, and at Tapanese right near the top right there. And it says, and Nopt. And then it says, and the country of Petros. Now go down. See, Nopt is Memphis. See? You see Migdal and Tapanese. Now go down. Keep going down. Let's go to the country of Petros now. Keep going down, Shawsham. They went deeper. They went deeper into Africa. You see, right here, blow it up. Stop right there. They went to Petros. Now, what was part of Petros, folks? Elephantine. Yep. The Elephantine Jews, they live in Elephantine as we speak. Even today, and they black. These are the Jews.
Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on.
Jeremiah.
You see Petros? You see Petros? But you see to the right of the map, it's a sea. But they're talking about Petros right there. That's land.
The Red Sea. But my point is, the Jews always
the Red Sea.
That's the Red Sea.
Right. What I'm saying is they fled to Africa on land. It's not talking about no ships there.
Right. Exactly. But God said the word came to Jeremiah. The word came to Jeremiah to warn these Jews that was living in Petros and Elephantine. Right? The Elephantine Jews. They still live in Africa.
Unblocks on that a mother.
Right. Ain't no Mexicans in the Elephantine Petros. Ain't no Hispanics down there either. Because they're not our people. That's a lie. Now let's go to
let's say something real nasty.
Let's go to Baruch. In fact, before we go there, let's go to Isaiah 41. Real quick. While we got time. Isaiah 41. You got the black Jews that still dwell in Elephantine even today. Hey, Qanath, you seen the video?
Yeah, I seen all of them, bro. I just, you know, we didn't see all this. Isaiah 41 and what?
Verses 1 and 2. I just want to touch on something real quick.
Isaiah 41.
Verses 1.
Isaiah 40 and 2. I'm going with you. Isaiah 41, verse 1 and 2, and it reads on this wise. Keep silent before me, O Allen, and let the people renew their strength. Let them come near them, let them speak. Let us come near together to judgment.
Go ahead.
Verse 2. Who raises up the righteous man from the east?
When it says
when
it says who raised up the righteous man from the east, it's talking about Cyrus, the king of Persia. Go ahead.
From the east, call him to his foot. Give the nations before him, made him ruler over kings. He gave them as the dust of his sword, and as driven stubble to his bow.
The reason why I want you to read the scripture here, because in verse 2 it says, who raised up the righteous man from the east. Okay, because Babylon and Persia was east of Jerusalem. Now I'm about to prove that they went to Africa. One more time. Babylon and Persia was east of Jerusalem.
Right.
Anybody can pull up any map and you will see that Babylon and Persia was east of Jerusalem. That's why I had to show you that scripture first. Now let's go to the book of Baruch. Baruch chapter 5. Now I'm about to show you where the 10 tribes went. Baruch 5. For those of you who have doubt that they went to Africa. The Jews always went to Africa. Always. Baruch 5.
You sure those wasn't you sure that wasn't Mexicans like Joe Issachar, the white Mexican? They went back to Jerusalem.
Always went
Baruch
to,
chapter 5.
Yeah, Baruch 5. Yeah. Baruch 5. Let's read verse 5 and 6. Let's see what now.
Baruch chapter 5.
Now one more time. Before we read, Persia and Babylon was east of Jerusalem. Now let's read Baruch 5 and 5.
Baruch chapter 5, verse 5 reads on this wise. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about towards the east. And behold, the children gather from the west unto the east.
They gather
by
from
the
where?
word from the west, from the west unto the east.
Stop right there. Babylon,
by the word of the Holy One.
Babylon and Persia was east of Jerusalem. It says, look about towards the east. Why? Because Jerusalem was east of Persia and Babylon. Then it says, and behold, thy children gathered from the west. Where's west? West is Africa. Because Jerusalem was east of Africa. Watch this. The children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of God. Read verse 6, Qanath. Watch this. I'm gonna see if people, I'm gonna see if people got any brains out there. Read verse 6.
Well, no, not people. No, not the people. The priests, Daniela. Right? It says, for they departed from thee on foot. And were led away of their enemies, but the Most High bringeth them unto their exalt with glory as children of the kingdom.
It says they departed. They departed into captivity on foot.
Exalted. Yeah.
So watch this though. Watch this. It just said in verse 5 that they're going to return from the west. So my question is, how can they return from the west if they was departed on foot and was taken east into captivity? They was taken north and east. They was taken to Assyria and Babylon. So how can they return from the west if they was taken east on foot? Because in verse 5, when it said they returned from the west, these are the Jews within the 10 tribes that return. When you go to Second Esdras, and let's go to Second Esdras real quick. Let's go to Second Esdras. When you go to Second Esdras, read verse 46. 1346.
Second Esdras chapter 13.
I'm going to say near Baruch. Yeah, read verse 46.
Okay, chapter 13, verse 46. It reads on as wise. It says, then dwelt they there until the latter times, and now
Africa. Go ahead.
And now when they shall begin to come.
Stop. Then dwelt they to the latter time. Now they shall begin to come. Baruch 5:5. And behold, thy children gathered from the west. They coming through Africa. Because verse 6 said, for they departed from thee on foot and was led into captivity. They was led east and north.
Right.
When it says now they shall begin to come in Second Esdras 13:46, it's talking about West Africa. Let's prove it even more. Let's go to Hosea real fast. The book of Hosea, chapter 11. Hosea chapter 11. We're gonna prove over and over that they went to Africa. Hosea 11. Let's read verse 9 through 11.
Okay. This book of Hosea, chapter 11, verse 9. I will not execute the fierceness of my anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim, for I am God and not man. the Holy One in the midst of thee, and I will not enter into the city.
Who is Ephraim?
Verse 10.
No, who is Ephraim? The 10 tribes, the so-called northern tribes, right? Ephraim.
Right.
I'm about to show you guys, we're about to keep showing witness after witness that they went to Africa. Ephraim, the northern tribe, verse 10.
Verse 10 on his wise. They walk. They shall walk after the Lord. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the shall tremble from the west.
Hold on for a second, Qanath. It said God's gonna roar like a lion. Meaning he's gonna call the children of Israel. He's gonna call them from the west. We just read in the book of Baruch. They're gonna come back from the west. Africa. Let's prove it. Verse 11.
They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt.
There you go, right there.
And as a dove out of the land.
Wait, Qanath. There you go, right there. Out of Egypt. Why? Because when you come from West Africa, before you get up to Israel, you have to go through where? What country? Egypt.
Egypt.
You have to go through Egypt. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Let me read it again. They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt, and as a dove out of the land of Assyria.
Out of Assyria.
And I will place them in their house, says the Most High.
Exactly. That's it. Let's go to Zephaniah 3:10. I'm just going to bring witness after witness to show they went to Africa. Let's go to Zephaniah 3:10. The 10 tribes went to Africa. And we proved it in the book of Baruch. It said there was newly returned from where, Qanath? From the captivity. When the Babylonians first took over. And many of them went south.
3:10.
Zephaniah 3:10. Yep.
You say you had some scriptures or something you want to show to?
Who was that?
Sham, you said you had something you want to show to?
No, y'all go ahead. Do y'all thing. I ain't tripping. Like I said, I had some scriptures and stuff, but I don't need to show it. Y'all already doing most of the stuff anyway. I'll just show all I was showing was the boats, those ancient ships that they had on the Tigers.
Oh, we'll get to that. Okay. Okay, let me read this Zephaniah
3:10.
Is this one? Okay. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my supplant, even the daughters of my spirit shall bring me offering.
Shall bring mine offering. What is the offering?
That's verse 10.
The Jews had to go up to Jerusalem to the Passover, folks. The offerings were the sheeps, because they had to take the sheep to the temple to be sacrificed by the Levites. The offerings, God said they can return from Africa, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, West Africa. Go to Isaiah 18. Isaiah 18 real quick. Isaiah 18. Then I'm gonna let Shaw Sham show what he want to show.
No, I'm good. I can do that last.
Okay, Isaiah 18.
Yeah, Isaiah 18.
Isaiah 18 and what?
I'm not gonna read it. Read verse 1. Verse 1. This is the witness. Isaiah is the witness to Zephaniah 3:10. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, God said they're gonna bring my offering to Jerusalem. Those are 10 tribes, folks. And guess what, Qanath? When Zephaniah prophesied, the tribe of Judah haven't even gone to captivity yet. Again, when Zephaniah prophesied,
woe to the land,
the tribe of Judah have not even gone into captivity yet. So Zephaniah knew exactly where the 10 tribes was at. Okay, go ahead, Qanath.
Right. Zephaniah, I'm sorry, you said Isaiah, right?
Isaiah 18, verse 1.
Yeah, Isaiah 18 and 1. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the river of Ethiopia.
Which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia.
That sent ambassadors.
Exactly. That sent ambassadors.
That sent ambassadors by the sea. By the sea, even in vessels of bulrushes upon the waters, saying, Go, ye swift messengers to a nation scattered and pilled, to a people terrible from
the
their
beginnings.
Meted out and trodden down, whose land the river has spoiled.
Right. So God
you might
said,
want to read that a little over yourself.
I read a little more. God says, send messengers to the Jews scattered beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Why? So they can return when the second temple was rebuilt. Let me read verse 3. It says, all ye inhabitants of the world that dwelleth on the earth, see ye when he lifted up the ensign on the mountains, and when he blow the trumpet. God's going to blow the trumpet. That's when you go back to Hosea 11:10. It says they're going to come from the west. Verse 4. For so the Lord said unto me, I will take my rest, and I will consider in my dwelling place like a clear heat upon herbs, and like a cloud of dew in the heat of harvest. Now let me jump down to verse 7. In that time shall the present. What is the present? Just as we read in Zephaniah 3:10, the offering is the present to the Lord, right? The present, it says here, to the Lord of hosts, of a people scattered and peeled, and from a people terrible from the beginning. So basically, it says that these people are going to come from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, just as it says in Zephaniah 3:10, from beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Now let's go to
straight cut.
Let's go to Zechariah 8, not Zephaniah, Zechariah. That's the witness to Zephaniah. So Isaiah and Zephaniah both prophesied that the Jews were scattered beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. The 10 tribes, and the tribe of Judah have not.
No. You're wrong. You're wrong. There was El Chapo and them scattered, brother. You're wrong. You're wrong. Okay.
Right? Read verse 10.
Zechariah chapter what?
I'm sorry. No, Zechariah chapter 8. Chapter 8, verse 7.
Verse 7. Thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, I will save my people from the east country and from the west country.
Wait. Slow down a little bit. What is the east? The east is Assyria and Babylon.
Ethiopia, right?
No, the east.
Yeah.
The east is talking about from Jerusalem. The east was Assyria and Babylon. Go ahead. And from where?
Right.
And from the west country. What's the west country?
And from the west.
Africa. That lines up.
We just read it. That's the witness.
That lines up with Hosea. It says they're gonna come from Assyria and through Egypt. West, they're gonna come west through Egypt. This is the witness right here. How much more evidence do they need? Let's go to Isaiah 43. Let's go to Isaiah 43. The 10 tribes went into Africa, folks. Isaiah 43. So I guess the word of God is a liar now, huh? Isaiah is a liar. Zephaniah is a liar. Zechariah is a liar.
Right.
I don't see nothing about no Osiris in here.
Isaiah 43.
Isaiah 43, verses 1 and 3.
But now thus says the Lord that created thee, O Jacob, and he that formed thee, O Israel. Fear not, for I have redeemed thee. I have called thee by thy name. Thou art mine.
Verse 2.
1. When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee.
Go ahead.
When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burnt, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee.
Read verse 3.
That's it.
No,
for I am the Most High, thy power, the Holy One of Israel. That's I can't see this right here.
Thy Savior.
The Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Sabal for thee.
God says, I
verse
gave
2, verse 4.
No, that's it. That's good. God said, I gave Egypt for thy ransom.
Seba.
Meaning, he also said, I gave Egypt for thy ransom, meaning that many Jews was living in Egypt. And he said, I gave Ethiopia for you to dwell in. Many Jews were dwelling in Ethiopia. And then he says, Seba. What is Seba? Seba was a son of Cush. Seba was Africa. Africa. He gave Ethiopia. He gave Egypt.
Mr. Daniela, Priest Daniela, please answer this.
Do me a favor, Qanath.
Go ahead.
This verse right here is a killer, bro. One more time. God says, I gave Egypt for thy ransom, meaning for you to dwell in. I gave Ethiopia for a place for you to dwell at, and I gave Seba. Let's see. What is Seba? Let's see. Go to Genesis real quick, Qanath. Genesis chapter 10. Read verse 7. Let's see what Seba.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 7. The witness to Seba. Chapter 10, verse 7. It says this.
We're about to see who is
and
Seba.
These and the sons of Cush, Seba.
God, the sons of Cush, who?
Seba.
That's all you need to read. He said, I gave.
Put that there it is. And the sons of Cush, Seba.
Now watch this, Qanath.
No, brother. I'm sorry. Hold on. That's Brazil, brother. That's Brazil.
But watch this though, Qanath.
Brazil.
Watch Qanath and Shawsham. It says Seba was a son of Cush, right? Now let's see if these people got brains. Like the scarecrow. You know the scarecrow, he wants some brains. He asked for brains, right? What's that movie? The Wizard of Oz. He asked for some brains. Now watch this. Watch this here. God says, for I am the Lord thy God. Isaiah 43. For I am the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for you to dwell in. I gave Ethiopia for you to dwell in, and I gave Seba. Seba is Cush, meaning the rest of Africa. Seba is the continent of Africa.
Which also means Negro.
Thank you. But we're gonna prove it. Thank you, Courtney Shawsham. We're gonna prove it even more.
Hold on, you can't say Negro, brother. You're dealing with colorism. You're dealing with colorism, brother. You can't do that.
This scripture right here, bro, is a killer. God says, I gave Seba, which is Cush, Africa, for you to dwell at. These are the 10 tribes.
Hey, Yehuda. Yehuda, all praise who's giving you that wisdom to seek this out. So you can't keep saying Qanath. If you know, Yehuda doing a lot of stuff. Sham was doing a lot of stuff. Other people doing a lot of stuff. Professor Lee Cummings. Stop blaming everything on me. In fact, don't blame it on these brothers. Blame it on the Most High. That's his words.
Blame it on the scripture. Blame it on Jeremiah, Isaiah,
words.
Ezekiel. Blame it on Zephaniah. Blame it on Haggai. Blame it on Zechariah. We're not lying. We're just reading right out the book. Blame it on Baruch, the scribe Baruch.
And getting personal and upset. Hey, Yehuda, I know you hold a couple verses. I want Shannon to get a couple of stuff on the ships real quick before we go. Hold a couple verses.
One last verse. Suffer me to do one last one.
Yo, wait, we're not finished because you still got to show this slideshow. I want to.
Let's suffer one last one. Go to the book of Acts, chapter 2.
He wants your slideshow too, Yehuda.
Which slideshow?
Yehuda. He said he wants you to do the slideshow also.
All the stuff you sent me that I was looking over, and
oh yeah, because I want to touch on. I
saw that map you got with the Africa when it's going around one way, and then
I want to touch on Gad and see it.
Okay, we'll get to it. Let's get to it.
And the Phoenician.
Let's finish up on this and get to that.
One last scripture. Go to Acts 2 real quick. Read verse 10. One verse, verse 10. I read it. Let's go to the book of Acts.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm gonna read it. I read it. Verse Acts chapter 2. This is dealing with Pentecost. This also shows you that the 10 tribes was in Africa. Why? Because this is before 70 AD, right? This is before 70 AD. Watch this is
Right.
Acts 2 verse 10. These are the Jews that came up to Pentecost. They came up from Phrygia and Pamphylia and Egypt and parts of Libya. What is parts of Libya? Libya used to be the whole continent of Africa. You guys can go Google it.
Yep.
Libya was once the entire continent of Africa. So when it says parts of Libya, it means parts of Africa, because these are the 10 tribes that came up to the high holy days. Again, Phrygia, Pamphylia,
also,
and Egypt, and parts of Libya, meaning parts of Africa. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, because also we didn't brought this out before. I can't remember the verse where I think it was Nebuchadnezzar, if I'm not mistaken. I can't think. The king that owned it was 120 provinces, and Israel was scattered throughout all of from India all the way up to Ethiopia.
Right.
That was Xerxes.
You know, so
Xerxes. That was Xerxes.
Who was it?
Xerxes.
Mm-hmm.
King
Right.
Xerxes.
King Xerxes, yeah, King of Persia. Mm-hmm.
And that was after the Syrian captivity, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, yeah, the Syrian captivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was in 70 different provinces. Now, how the hell did I ain't even gonna get into that?
Well, but again, here it says the Jews came up from parts of Africa, parts of Africa, meaning parts of Libya. They were scattered all over Africa.
Right.
This is way before 70 AD. Now let's go deal with Gad, the seer, the prophet, and King Hiram.
And but what we got to do next too is show the timeline on how the Babylonians, they was already in captivity, and we're going to show the Mayan Empire and everything was dwelling. I got some information on that.
Right.
Because
we got all the stuff on the Mayans. They don't have a clue. They think they got stuff on the Mayans
for the maps and all that stuff that I got.
All right, Shawshan.
You to do the slideshow. He wants to do the slideshow.
We're about to do it now, but I gotta do the scriptures with it. Let's go. Pull up the map that says let me see here. It says Gad the seer.
Right
here. Yeah, right there. Leave that. We're gonna read from here, and then we're gonna go to the maps. This is dealing with King Hiram, and the Phoenicians. Go to 2 Samuel, real quick, somebody. 2 Samuel chapter 5. Let's read verse 11 and 12, because we're gonna kill that lie that the Jews came over with King Solomon's ships. No, it was the Phoenician. It was the Phoenician that came over. The Phoenician, they came over here. Let's go to 2 Samuel real quick. Qanath, when you get to 2 Samuel chapter 5, read verse 11 and 12. 2 Samuel 5.
Verse 10 and 12?
No, verse 11 and 12.
Verse 11 and 12. Okay. It says, and Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David and cedar trees and carpenters and masons, and they built David an house. David perceived and David perceived that the Lord had established him king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for his people Israel's sake.
So King Hiram, the Phoenician king of Tyre, a Hamite who these niggas hate, built David a house. And David did not even ask for the king to build him a house. He volunteered.
That was a Mexican, brother. That was a Mexican. That was a Mexican that did that, brother.
Right.
They're good workers.
Do me a favor. Go to 1 Chronicles chapter 29 and read one verse 29. This is dealing with the prophet Gad. Or Gad the seer. 1 Chronicles 29, verse 29.
Yeah, 29?
Yeah, 29 and verse 29.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 Chronicles 29.
29 and verse 29.
Hey,
right. It reads on this wise.
Qanath, hold on. Look, this is Lamps of Fire, I think, out there in California. Do that guy look like an Israelite?
Jesus, what is that? Oh my gosh. Let me read that, man. First Chronicles chapter 29, verse 29. Damn. It says, now the acts of David, the king, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of Samuel, the seer, and in the book of Nathan, the prophet, and in the book of Gad, the seer.
In the book of Gad, the seer. Okay, this is a book, folks, that was not included in the Bible. He's also mentioned in 2 Samuel 24:11. We're not going to go with it. 2 Samuel 24:11. And he's also mentioned in 1 Chronicles 21 and verse 9. Gad, the seer, the prophet. Now, inside this book here, Qanath, this is the book of Gad, the prophet, right? Now you can go inside. Let's go to page 65, Shawshan, real quick. We're gonna deal with the Phoenician also. Yeah, Gad the seer. Let's go to page 65. You see what it says 65 near the top?
Yep.
I wrote, okay, right here. There we go. In fact, let me grab my book real fast here. So it's page 65, right? Look what it says here. This is the book, Gad the seer. This is the book right here that was not included in the Bible. For I don't know why. I don't have a clue why the Europeans, because the Europeans are the ones who included the Bible or what books they want to put in the Bible. They're the one that decided what books go into the Bible. It says King Hiram of Tyre sent messengers, sent messengers unto David, saying, I know that the Lord your God is one true God. So deal with me as a true brother and teach me the law of your God. You see that, Qanath?
Right.
So King Hiram, he asked David to teach him the law of his God. Do me a favor, Qanath, go to Amos 1 and read verse 9 real quick. Amos 1 verse 9. Some people pronounce Amos, some people say Amos, whatever. Amos 1 and 9. While you're getting there, I'm gonna read this one more time.
Amos chapter 1,
verse 9. Go ahead. Yeah, Amos 1
Amos chapter 1, verse 1 and 9. Read those wise. It says, thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrese, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
The brotherly covenant. Because the Phoenicians, King Tyre, loved David. David loved the king of Tyre, Hiram. There was, in fact, David called him his brother. And Hiram called King Solomon his brother. That's what it's talking about. It said that they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom, and they did not keep the brotherly covenant. Now let me read this one more time.
Hey, let me say something. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I want to say something about that. Go ahead.
Okay. One more time. It says near the top in the yellow. So now the king Hiram told David, so now deal with me as a true brother and teach me the law of your God, for I will worship him in all the days of my life. Then the messengers came to David with an offering in their hands for the Lord and for David. And they told him everything that Hiram had said and presented him with offerings. And David replied to Hiram, go and tell my brother Hiram, this is what David, your brother, says. Go ahead, Qanath.
See, that's the witness right here to Amos 11. That's the part. Because a lot of us camp guys, when we was doing this, we would say, thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment of, right? He did, no verse that, yeah, verse 11. But it talks about the brotherly covenant. A brother, you know, that's in verse 9. It says, thus says the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Tyrese, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because they delivered us upon Edom. Sharon, remember this? We would read that and we'll stop. We'll stop, but we don't read this part right here. And remember not the brotherly covenant.
The brotherly covenant.
So we supposed to be brotherly, even to Hamitic people, brotherly, kind, a truth.
Scroll down.
We're supposed to be like that. Not only dirty, stinking Hamite and all that. We're supposed to have brotherly love to these people. We're supposed to be leaders. That's what we're supposed to be.
Keep going, Shasha.
But we don't teach that.
Exactly.
Well, they don't teach that. We teach that.
Right, exactly. But let me read what David says now in the yellow near the bottom. Let's read the response from David. Look what David told him about what he had to do Okay, he said, I want to worship your God. Let's see what David said. In the highlight was yellow at, excuse me, David says here, if you do this and observe the commandments that were ordered to the children of Noah, or the Noah, we said the Noahide laws, your father, then God will bless you all the days of your life. So David told Hiram, because you're not an Israelite, the only thing you have to do is keep the 10 commandments, keep the laws that Noah kept and Abraham kept. Watch this here. He says, we are both his allies, but we are different. David says, we are different from you by the law of truth. He says, sealed by the seal of Shadi, called children of the truth. Then it says in verse 60, page 66, go to the next page, Shawshan. Go to the next page. It says 66. There we go. He says, God, we must therefore obey the whole law. So he's telling Hiram that as an Israelite, we have to obey all the 613 laws of Moses, but you don't have to obey those laws. He said, the only thing you have to obey is the 10 commandments. That's why you see the Phoenician and Hebrew in the Americas, and they had the 10 commandments on the Hebrew, on those stones, because the Phoenicians came over here and they learned the 10 commandments from King David. I bet you guys didn't know that. But let's continue. Let's go to 1 Kings 9 real quick, Qanath. Do me a favor, Qanath. Go to 1 Kings 9 and read verses 10 through 13. Yeah, 1 Kings 9. Read 10 through 13. We're gonna get to those maps. Shawshan.
Okay.
And it came to pass at the end of 20 years, when Solomon had built the 2 houses, and the house of the Lord, and the king house. Now Hiram, the king of Tyre, had furnished Solomon with cedar trees and fir trees, with and gold, according to all his desires. That then King Solomon gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galilee. And Haran came out from Tyre to see the cities which Solomon had given him, and they pleased him not. Verse 13. And he said, what cities are these which thou hast given me, my brother? And he called them a land of Kabul until this day.
You see that? So again, it says he called Solomon his brother because they had a brotherly covenant that they made together. Let's go to 1 Kings 5 real quick, Qanath. I read it. Let's go to 1 Kings 5. And I'm going to read verses 10 and 11. 1 Kings 5, 10 and 11. And I'm going to show you guys who came over here. The Phoenicians, they said it. They said they came over here. They said it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you their writings from the stones. 1 Kings 5, 10, 11. Hold on a second. Bear with me for a quick second. I'm almost there.
Yeah, please get that one with the Phoenicians where they said they come over here. That was powerful. Please show that.
I'm going to show it. Verses 10 and 11. So Hiram gave Solomon cedar trees and fir trees according to all his desire. And Solomon gave Hiram 20,000 measures of wheat for food to his household, and 20 measures of pure oil. Thus gave Solomon to Hiram year by year. Verse 12. And the Lord gave Solomon wisdom, and as he promised him, and there was peace between Hiram and Solomon, and they two made a league together. What is a league? They made a covenant together. They made a brotherly covenant together, right? That's why the book of Amos said they what happened in the book of Amos? What did they say? They gave the whole captivity to Edom, and they broke the brotherly covenant.
Right. Brotherly covenant, yep.
They made a league together, Hiram and Solomon. Let's go back to the book of Seer real fast. Let's go back to page 65, Shawshan. I wrote it near the top, 65. Let's go back to the book of Gad the prophet. 65. I wrote it near the top. There we go. So basically, again, David told Hiram, just observe the royal law. He said, just observe the royal law, the 10 commandments. David said, don't worry about the 613 laws we have to keep. God gave us those laws to discipline our nation, so we can be a light to all nations, a leader to lead by example. That's what David's telling him. David said, you just keep the 10 commandments. Let's go. Shashan, go to page 66. In fact, go to 67. My bad, Shashan. Page 67.
All right, I gotta find it.
There we go. Go to the bottom where it says, yeah, highlight. Yep, let me read that. Let me read that right there. It says, for thus says the Lord of hosts, I have heard what Hiram, king of Tyre, because when you go read the verses before, I'm not going to read all this stuff. King Hiram praised God. He praised the Lord. When David said, keep the 10 commandments, he prayed, he gave God praises. So look what God says here. Thus says the Lord God of hosts, I have heard what Hiram, king of Tyre, has said, and what his what his princes and servants have said. And I am very pleased. See, therefore, I will give him and his people a heart of wisdom and understanding, and to prepare my house, where he said, where I shall put my name. Who helped David and Solomon build the temple? Who helped Solomon and David build the temple? It was King Hiram. That's why God says he is going to build my house. Right? He said he's going to prepare and build my house where I shall put my name.
A Hamite, a Cushite, a Hamite, Tyree.
Right, exactly. And that will cause his kingdom to grow, for I have chosen them and will not reject them. So God says that he's going to build my house of God, the King Hiram. Right? Let's go to 1 Kings 5 and 7. Read that, Qanath. 1 Kings 5 verse 7.
1 Kings 5 verse 7 on his wise.
We almost to the Phoenicians. 1 Kings 5 to 7.
Okay. And it came to pass when Hiram heard the words of Solomon that he rejoiced greatly and said, blessed be the Lord this day, which have given unto David.
Lines right up
with David a wise son over his great people.
Exactly. It lines right up with the prophet Gad. He said, blessed be the Lord. Now read verse 13, Qanath.
Verse 13, and King Solomon raised a levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men.
What is a levy? King Solomon raised up a levy of all the men of Israel. Meaning this here, folks, all the men of Israel, they had to help build the temple. They had to help work on the temple. Every man, every able body had to help build a temple of God. Facts. Read 14, Qanath.
Verse 14, and he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month.
10,000 men a month. Go ahead.
Let's let the people catch up. Understand what's going on. You need to know what all Israel, all the men were, and what they were doing at that time.
Right.
The levy.
I read it, Qanath. I read it for you. Verse 14. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 men a month by courses. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. Right. And it says Adoniram was over the levy, meaning the men. And Solomon had 310,000 that bear burdens, and 4,000 hewers in the mountains. Verse 16. Beside the chief of Solomon officers, which were over the work, 3,300, which ruled over the people that wrought in the work. Verse 17. And the king commanded, and they brought great stones, costly stones, and hewed stones, and laid the foundation of the house. Verse 18. And Solomon builders and Hiram builders did hew them, and the stone quarters, so they prepared timber and stones and build the house. So all the men of
what you have here, go ahead. What you have here is you got Hamites and Israelites working together by the thousands, day and night.
Exactly, building the house of God, the temple. And these niggas want to talk about Ham. Hey, Shashan, do me a favor. Pull up the map. Pull up the map that has the Red Sea and F.O.P.E. And Qanath, why he doing that? Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 10. We're dealing with the Phoenicians. We're dealing with the Phoenicians and King Solomon's ships. I'll tell you when to stop. Excuse me. I'll tell you. No, that's
and
not
the
it.
importance of this to see, and the reason why we bring this up holotype is to show you the relationship at that time we had with the Phoenicians and how we worked together. So now you're going to see exactly why some certain writings was going on, because we correspond together.
Exactly.
All right. So go ahead. So like a chapter.
We're gonna go to chapter
5?
1 Kings chapter 10. Now,
Chapter
why you
10.
going to 1 Kings chapter 10, folks? This is a map of, you can see Ethiopia, Egypt, the Red Sea. You see Arabia. You see Sheba, and right across from Sheba, blow it up, Shasham. Right across from Sheba, you see Ophir. That's where they went and got the gold in Africa. Why? Because Africa has more gold than any continent on the planet. That's a fact. So all you niggas out there teaching, oh, they came to the Americas. Solomon's ships came to the Americas. No, they did not. Because why? Because all the Israelite men had to help build the temple. They was required to help build the temple of God. But Phoenicians came over here. And when the Phoenicians came over here, guess what the Jews was doing? They was back in the land helping build the temple.
Let's continue to prove it.
So, Qanath, when you get 1 Kings chapter 10, in fact, let me get there real fast. Start at verse 14. Go ahead. Verse 14.
14. Okay, verse 14. Now,
verse 14.
Now the weight of gold that came to Solomon in 1 year was 606 talents of gold.
Okay, we're not gonna read verses 15 through 17. We don't need to read all that stuff. Read verse 18. Excuse me.
Okay, 13 is a good verse to read too. But okay, verse 18. Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold.
With the best gold. Now we're gonna get to where you want to go with Sheba, Queen Sheba. I got all that covered.
Right. Okay. All right. I got
that.
Okay, quick. Go ahead.
So it says, read verse 18 one more time.
Moreover, the king made a great throne of ivory and overlaid it with the best gold. That's like pancakes and skirt.
Where did they get the gold? Ophir in Africa. That's where they went. They went down to Africa and Ivory. That's where they got the gold. Do me a favor, Qanath. Let's jump down. We're not gonna read. We don't have to read. Read verse 22.
Right. I would recommend y'all read this whole chapter of verse.
Excuse me. Yeah,
very good. Verse what now?
Verse 22.
Yeah. Verse 22. And it reads on as wise. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Harem, the Hamites, Cushites. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and apes and peacocks. Apes and peacocks.
Now jump back up and read.
Oh, wait. I got a picture with that. Hold on.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Oh, Qanath, it's about to get good now. I'm about to show y'all guys.
Yeah, okay, you got a picture.
Yeah, that's in this book there. Remember?
Okay. Let me read it again. Verse
that right. Look, that lines up right with this map. Look. Matter of fact.
Let me read it again. Verse 22. Cut.
Go ahead.
It says, for the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Harem. Once in 3 years came the navy of Tarshish and bringing gold and silver, ivory, apes, and peacocks.
Now, where they get the gold from, folks? Africa. Ophir.
Africa.
Go ahead, Shasha.
You get.
Yep. Hold on. Yeah, here it is, right here. Hold on, I got it on a slideshow. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And then we're gonna read about. After that, we're gonna read about the Queen of Sheba.
Hold on, let me remove this real quick.
She was a Cushite also. She was a Hamite.
Let me show you.
And we're gonna see how she heard about the fame of King Solomon.
Is it up there? All right. I showed this in my Star of David breakdown. Hold on.
Uh-oh. I saw part of it.
Right here. There you go. See? Solomon imported from distant countries, the peacock, the gold, the ivories. It's right here.
And hold on, and go back up to the. I'm gonna read this verse again, brothers and sisters. Verse 22. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish, the navy of Harem. Once in 3 years came to the navy Tarshish and watch this, bringing gold and silver, ivory, and eights, which that thing you see to the top right, eights, right, and peacocks.
All right here in this book. See how everything just come together with us, like it's like a miracle with the Most High. How he just, how he just give us so many books and we just bring it all to life to the people.
Right, exactly.
But we not worth people time sitting down with.
Right, and that's not this wasn't even planned.
That's crazy.
And you know why it says they came every 3 years? Because when they went down, it takes a little while to go down the Red Sea. And also when they went down, it took them a while to go and dig for gold and fix animals, etc. It took them a long time to do this stuff. So they was going back and forth. Now, right. Jump on to read verse 11.
Go back to that map here, to Qanath, verse 11. The reason is wise. This is 1 Kings chapter 10, verse 11. It says, in the navy also of Harem, right? Harem is from Tyre, that bought gold from Ophir.
As you see on the map,
Ophir,
Africa. Go ahead.
Brought in from Ophir great plenty of almug trees and precious stones.
Right. You see that? Precious stone. Do me a favor now. Jump back now and read verse 1 and 2. First Kings 10.
And when the queen, right. It says, and when the queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Most High, she came to prove him with hard questions. She came to Jerusalem, Jerusalem, with a very great train, with camels that bear spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she was come to Solomon, she communed with him of all that was in her heart.
Now, how did she hear about the fame? It says she heard about the fame of King Solomon. How did she hear about the fame of King Solomon, folks? How did she hear about his fame? Because she was the queen of Sheba. She was an African Hamite, just like you see right on the map. That's what the queen. That's where the land of Sheba was located, right there. Right, she came through the line of Keturah. When you go to Genesis 25 and verse 3, right? Abraham's wife Keturah. And as you can see, the Red Sea flow between Ophir and Sheba. See how the Red Sea flow between two? Because Sheba was a Cushite kingdom. Right. Sheba was a Cushite nation. So a lot of people don't know that it was a Cushite nation. Right. So basically what happened is she seen and she spoke. She spoke to the Phoenicians and Solomon's men when they used to go back and forth. That's how she knew and heard the fame of King Solomon. When she saw these men bringing back gold and stuff on ships, so she spoke to these people. So she heard about the fame of him. So she decided to go up herself and see Solomon for herself. That's what happened.
Right.
Now, before we go to the Phoenicians,
I can't wait to these.
Real quick. In fact, let's go to real fast. Shashan, let's go back to the Phoenicians. Because we dealt with Gad, the prophet Gad, right, and Haram. Now let's go read about the Phoenicians. How they tell you that they went to the Americas.
You want the Phoenician culture?
Not that. We'll get back to that. We'll get back there.
Okay, everybody. I want everybody hold on to your horses.
Let's read this first. Let's read that right there.
Go ahead, brother. Slide.
Blow it up, Shawshan. I'll read it. It says, of the recurring, often bizarre attempts to find ancient Semitic inscriptions in the Western Hemisphere, meaning the Americas, the most prominent and frequently cited concerns the so-called Parabá inscription from Brazil. The Parabá inscription is said to be a Phoenician inscription carved in stone and found in northeastern Brazil in 1872. Now let's go read what they said. Shashan, go to the next page. The next page, and then you can see the route the Phoenicians took. Go back, Shashan. I'm sorry. You can see the route that they took. See, they went down the Red Sea. You see the Red Sea? They went around Africa. They went the bottom of Africa, and they went all the way up. That's how they got there. Now let's go read.
Stop. Time out. Before you read it. That's why they need to stop this doctrine, this new doctrine that the Phoenicians are Israelites. Okay. All right, but go ahead.
Let's see what they said. Let's go to the.
Not no damn Israelites. Come on.
Let's go to the inscription where they say who they are. We'll get back to that. Keep going, Shashan. I'll tell you when to stop. Right there. Go back. Right here. Blow it up. Now, this is from the stone, folks, that was located. What year it says? Shashan was like 17 something.
1782, something like that.
This is what the translation says right here. Let's read it. Let's read it kind of slow. Because this is gonna be juicy right here, Qanath. It says,
I already know we already did. Go ahead.
We are the Sidonian Canaanites from the city of mercantile king. We were cast up on this distant shore, meaning Brazil, a land of mountains. We sacrificed a youth to the celestial gods and goddesses in the 19th year of our mighty, go shut it. In the 19th year of our mighty King Hiram. And this is before Hiram started believing in God and worshiping the God of David. King Hiram, right? And embarked from Ezon-Geber, that's mentioned in the Bible, where Solomon kept his ships into the Red Sea. We voyaged with 10 ships. They left with 10 ships. And we're at sea together for 2 years around Africa.
So it took them 2 years and not a year and a half.
They said it took them 2 years around Africa.
That's crazy.
Why did it take them 2 years?
And see, we beat y'all to the point. These are Phoenicians, right? This goes to show you the Bible is real because it talks about Hiram.
Yeah, Hiram.
Right?
Yep.
And it told you who they are. Go back to the top real quick. Canaanites.
Go back to the top. They said we are the Canaanite. We are the Sidonian Canaanites.
Let's get that scripture. Right, no damn Canaanites.
You know why? Because all
when they traded with gold and all.
Not no Israelites, Qanath, because all the Israelites. Bro. What did the Israelites have to do, Qanath? They had to help do what? Work on the temple.
They had to build a temple.
All of them, all the Israelite men, all of them. We are the Sidonian Canaanites from the city of.
But hold on, hey Sham, did it take us a year and a half to do this, or we just did this in 1 or 2 days?
1 or 2 days.
In fact, me and Yehuda talked about this shit, Chuck, about a month ago, I believe.
No, last year.
Qanath, somebody gonna go home?
Yeah, last year. We talked about this last year. We didn't even remember Sham. I told you we had some other stuff. This was it right here. This was last year.
Somebody going home and study hard tonight. Somebody going home.
Let me read it one more time. Let's start from the top.
Hold on. What'd you say, Sham? At the doors. What'd you say, Smike, on what?
I said somebody going home and study hard tonight. Somebody going home and study hard.
Hey, Sham, I don't know how they're gonna study hard.
Because they got something for you, Qanath. They're gonna go home and study hard.
I don't know how, because we prove no ships can go through the Iraqi marshlands. So what studying they gonna do?
This shit is hilarious.
Let me read it from the top. Let's start from the top one more time.
Hey, the brother, real quick. The brother. Hey, Yehuda, real quick though. The brother say, yeah, someone actually just texted me and said the Phoenicians were Israelites. Shaking my head. You can't make this stuff up. I knew they were going to say that. But go ahead, go ahead.
When they telling you right here who they are. Let me read it one more time. They said, this is comical, man. They said, we are the Sidonian Canaanites. Did they say they Israelites?
Canaanites.
From the city of Mercy.
No, man. This is funny as hell, bro.
We were cast up on a distant shore, a land of mountains. We sacrificed a youth to the celestial gods and goddesses. in the 19th year of our mighty king.
Now, wait. You notice he said we sacrifice a youth, but when you go into the Wisdom of Solomon, the Most High said get the Canaanites up out of the land because they was doing that kind of odious works.
Exactly.
Remember? He said them that I.
Now hold on. I got evidence. I got drawings on the wall when we go do our thing with Aztecs and Mayans, where they was actually sacrificing babies and children over here. Right? We got all this evidence. We can't even bring that out yet.
Did they?
But I'm pretty sure right now we done messed up the whole presentation.
That's good. That's good. We're almost done. They said we sacrifice. They said we the Canaanites. We are the Sidonian Canaanites, folks. And this is the inscription, folks. Right? We sacrifice a youth to the celestial gods and goddesses in the 19th year of our mighty king Haran. We just read about him in the Bible. And then bought from Ezon Geber. Go ahead, scroll down, Shashem. And then bought from Ezon Geber into the Red Sea. We voyaged with 10 ships and were at sea together for 2 years around Africa. Then we were separated by the hand of Baal and were no longer with our company. They were separated. So we have come here, meaning Brazil. Look how many people they had on this small ship. 12 men and 3 women into a new shore. This guy said, am I the admiral, a man who will flee? Nay.
What's up, bless you?
He says, may the celestial gods and goddesses favor of us all. But look what he said. Go back, now. He said, we only had to go back down.
12 men.
He said, we only can fit how many people?
12, 13.
No, we have here
15.
With only 15 people can fit on those small ass vessels. And guess what? They had to row. They had to row those vessels.
Now hold on, Yehuda. Now understand this. Who was the master builder of ships and boats?
The Phoenicians.
Now I got a question. I got a question now.
But it says here they can only
I got a question now, right? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of Israelites, men, women, children, and you talk about Torahs. I'm pretty sure they had a bunch of Torahs and Hebrew Israelite stuff for the culture. That sailed a year and a half on the ocean to America. What about food and medicine? That's another thing. All them hundreds of thousands of people. Let's keep it real. That's a lot of asshole you got to wipe because you got to take a shit. Let's keep it real. Being honest. Where did it go?
Right.
Like, I'm just saying. Right. Was it total back then? Were you flushing?
Right.
I'm saying. You talk about a lot of people. How many ships did they have? And why can't we find none over here?
I have something even better, Qanath. The Phoenicians were the only people building ships. They built the Assyrian ships. They built the Babylonian ships. They built the Egyptian ships. Their vessels were small, just like this. Yep. They only could fit 15 people.
They built all of them.
The game is over, bro.
The same warships that we were showing to. Well, I'm gonna show them because after you done this, I'm gonna show them same vessels during that time, the Assyrian captivity and the Babylonians. They had those caliques and the gophers. They only fit 2 to 4 people on them.
They only can fit a certain amount of people
on them. Going down to the Euphrates and the Tigris.
And guess what, Shasham? This is their biggest ship because they had to sail from the Red Sea all the way to Brazil. This is the biggest ship. Their biggest ship, folks, could only fit 15 people.
So hundreds of thousands of people being moved, 10 tribes. Come on, cut it out with clothing and food, water. What about medicine for kids and the elderly? Stop it.
Hey, Shawshan, I want to go one more place, then I'll let you have the floor. I'm done. But it's over, bro. The game is over. It's over. There's no way they're getting around
2 years ago.
No way. No way.
I done forgot some of the stuff that
In
we done
fact,
taught.
you know what? In fact, no, I'm done, Qanath. Shawshan, you can have the floor. Go ahead. I'm done. You can show those vessels, Shawshan.
All right.
But folks, while you doing that, Shawshan, that's their biggest ships. That's the biggest ships they have to go long distance. They only fit 15 people.
But look, what's so funny about it, right? All right, look. Oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous.
And
man.
that's no made up writing. That is the real inscriptions translated. They only fit 15 people.
Look, and see,
these
are the ancient Assyrian war boats they was fighting with in the Civil War. These galley ships that can't go down springs and streams and rivers. These are those big boats with the galley oars they was talking about.
Right, exactly.
Okay, they was fighting with them.
Mm-hmm. And certain parts of the Euphrates they could not go through.
Exactly, and we already showed y'all this over and over again. Y'all can get these books yourself.
But like I said, Shawshan, Qanath, it doesn't matter anyway because they had to go through the Iraqi marshlands, which they couldn't go through anyway. So the gig is up anyway. It don't matter.
These the ancient boats here. The ancient boats.
That's something I want you to show at the end, Sham, because they always want to make fun about something. I want to show them that they're gonna see it, and they're gonna see it in a couple of weeks when we're gonna walk on it. All right.
This is the ancient Caliph and Caliph.
Mm-hmm.
Right? See, this is History of Babylon. This is the book. You can get it yourself. These are the actual. Look at this. This dude right here. I think he's on the. He is on the. I believe the Tigers. The Gopher. Look at that little boat. See it? This is the drawing here with them 4 people in that, and this is him actually in it. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look at this one. The little ferries.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna tell me they survived a year and a half on the ocean on this shit? Cut it out.
Hey, can you give me the date in the Bible? Can you give me, hey Sham, can you give me the date in the Bible when they cast and landed in America? According to them, on these boats, when did they actually land in America on these boats?
That ain't no scripture where they
never did because they couldn't get through the Iraqi marshlands.
Exactly.
Now, they could probably get through the marshlands on this.
They can't get to the marshlands. Listen, the marshlands. The guy told me
not on this right here, but maybe they can on these little water rafts. They probably can. Well, I don't know. These look a little.
Listen, the brother in Iran told me the Iraqi marshland. He said many parts is a lot of land too. Land. It's not just the marsh.
But hold on, you. They not ships though. These are small vessels. We talk about ships. This ain't no goddamn ship.
Exactly. Come on.
This ain't no ship. And then you gotta think about it. You take some shit like this on the ocean. This thing gonna break up. And how the hell you gonna survive on the ocean in something like this?
How many people can you fit on that thing?
Not much.
Maybe 5 people, 6 people.
My issue is
hey, look. I'm gonna tell you what people fail to realize. What about laying down and sleeping?
But
where's the food gonna be kept?
How do you take a shit? That's my question.
Yeah.
How do you take a shit?
That's important to you, I see.
No, that's important things though. You gonna tell me all that ass? For real. That's the important thing you have to do. What if somebody got a bad weak stomach and they got to go? You gonna tell me they had their ass hanging off that little thing and just for a year and a half?
Infested waters.
That's suffering. You suffering out there.
And they said they biggest ships went from the Red Sea to the Brazil can only fit 15 people. Now, come on, stop it.
And you talking about hundreds of thousands of Israelites.
Come on, stop it. The gig is up, man. It's over. It's over, man. Give it up.
Like I said, man, I'm at
Okay,
this point.
hey, look, before we leave,
I don't even have to talk to nobody no more, even do none of that stuff, because to me it's just pointless. It's like I don't think people
let
really
me
want
say
to
this.
bring the truth out.
Nah,
They don't care, man.
they don't. Watch
Just
this.
keep it alive.
The brother said that he said the northern kingdom, which he can't prove in the northern kingdom. There is no northern kingdom, okay? We don't have a kingdom. Stop the shit. So the brother said he gonna let the northern kingdom do their part without proving they northern kingdom, without proving the Israelites, period. Then he said he's gonna do his part. We done so many parts within a year and a half. I done forgot all the lessons that we done. Me and Shan were going to talk about.
Wait a minute, Qanath. It ain't no part. We just showed you that no ships can go through the Iraqi marshlands. No ships. It ain't no part.
No, I'm just saying we done so many classes
I'm
on this.
about him.
It's like
it's nothing he can say. He can't do anything. He can't do nothing.
Well, here's the thing, Yehuda. They have not done anything. They keep on saying they're going to, just like he said one time before, and just like he said on his video. Now, Israel, y'all go to his channel and say, you said you was going to debunk or do this. Let him do it. And we still got love for him, but he took it personal with me, for whatever reason. I don't know. It is all, like I said, because of doctrine, and it's just ridiculous, man.
The hell with him, bro. He's a liar.
Right.
He's a liar. Ain't no damn ships went all the way down Euphrates. Like I said, we're in contact with Iranian historian. He said the Euphrates got many parts of shallow waters. How you dummies, how that dumb heathen, I know he's a heathen, right? He's a Hispanic, right? How your dumb heathen Hispanic ass, how you think the Assyrians and the Babylonians crossed the Euphrates?
No, I'm talking about Daniela. I'm talking about Daniela.
Well, whoever.
He's the one that called me a clown and said, we teaching this bullshit.
Yeah, but ask Daniela how the Babylonians and the Assyrians crossed the Euphrates. How they crossed? With wagons, horses, chariots.
Oh, yeah, and you're right. You're right. You don't know, bro. If you don't know, you don't know. He don't know. And I thought he was more humble than that. He don't know. He just don't know. And we don't know everything. Hey, Yehuda, you know everything?
Nope.
Sham, you know everything?
I tell you what.
I'm just a humble servant. The scripture says, you know in part, you prophesy in part. I never professed I have all knowledge. And I've been saying hold on, let me say this real fast, Yehuda. I've been saying this is something Elder Jahar said years ago that nobody never challenged him on. That I always say, if you believe that, you're a dumb motherfucker. The man sat out of his mouth. And I put that on my life. I ain't swearing on Most High, but he did. He said, we was back. We got all the breakdowns from y'all back in the old school. If you was there, you wasn't there, you was there, you got all the breakdowns. We got all the information. Ain't nothing new coming out the scriptures. We got all the breakdowns. That's what Elder Tahar said out of his mouth. And I always repeat it. And I said, when I heard him say that, I said, this nigga's crazy. What you mean? The Bible is an ever-learning book. You always learn something new. The prophecies is coming forth all the time. So how you going to say nothing new coming out the Bible? But that's their leaders, their teaching, their elders. But nobody don't question nothing like that when a man say something like that. That guy, he get praises by everybody. But he said shit like that. We got all those breakdowns from y'all. He gave us all the breakdowns. Ain't nothing new coming out the Bible.
And all y'all's a damn liar. But that's okay though, because when they give up the ghost and die, they black asses die, because we all gonna die. When they die in these damn lies, them damn demons down there, they can be dragging their asses, boy. It's gonna be something else. I'm telling you, them demons gonna be dragging.
Hey, I'm glad you said that, Yehuda. Real quick, sorry to interrupt. Yehuda, you said this. I'm glad you said that, because all of One West, all of them teach. There is no hell. Hell is a condition on earth. Hell, remember this. We prove to you. And what about the rich man? Right? We prove to you it's Sheol, two sides. We prove that to you in the scriptures. We prove that. For all of you that keep telling people, eyes, that there is no Sheol on the left hand side, right side. There's no place after death. Right? Remember in the Apocrypha, it says this: you too shall suffer this after death. That's in the Apocrypha. Let me see, can I locate it? It says you too shall suffer this after death.
Sheol is real.
But you know what, Qanath? We didn't prove it. Christ said it.
That's another false doctrine that y'all teach.
Christ said it, not we did. Christ said it. He said Christ said it's a hell. He says the rich man and Lazarus went down to Sheol. Christ said it. But these niggas claim they follow Christ, right? Who they call Yahawashi. He said it.
Right.
Sheol.
So I mean,
Sheol is real, and I believe in Sheol, and I got many books that I found and stumbled across stuff about Sheol, and I said, oh, and then even when we was going into that's why I said, man, you can't be ignorant and turn your ear from hearing stuff because you never know, and that's what I'm saying. That's like the One West way. You cannot study more doctrines or study stuff, or even when you learn stuff from other brothers, they act like you can't hear nothing. See, it's right here.
Right.
And it's when we do the class, we should bring it out. See how they show it, how the whole a glyph of the earth and under it is Sheol.
Right. Yep.
Hold on, let me see it now. See right here, it says Sheol under the earth.
Wow.
It's like down in the earth. It speaks about Sheol and the way it's built and how it like sits on a plane.
What did King David say? What did King David say? King David said in Sheol that my soul will not be left in Sheol. Meaning when Christ come down to the earth and preach the gospel, he led all the saints out.
It says water above the sky, the dome of the sky, and then it shows the lesser light, the greater light. Then it got the earth. It shows the pillar that the earth sit on. Then it has Sheol. No, it has Sheol, then it has the pillars of the earth, and it has the waters that goes around the earth. Like it's like sort of like a looking glass, so like an owl shaking glass. You know them little things that shake. And then it got Sheol that's down in the earth. And then, like I said, we know that the spirit when you read in the Ecclesiastes says an animal die, his spirit go into the earth. And when I read that years ago, I said, wait a minute though, why do animals' souls go into the earth if I thought you die and you're supposed to ascend into the heavens or in the air? Or whatever like that, but it says the animal's spirit go down into the earth when you read the book of Ecclesiastes.
Hey, Qanath, do me a favor. Go to Psalms 24 real fast. Read 7 and 9. Watch this. I'm gonna show you guys something. Let's see what King David said about Sheol.
So what?
Psalms 24, verses 7 through 9. Let's see what David said.
Psalms 24.
Yeah, Psalms 7
through 9.
Verses 7 through 9.
Psalms 24, 7 through 9. Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. Let me read this slow. Hold on, I want to read this slow. I want y'all to listen to this very carefully. Right? Lift up your heads, O ye gates, and be ye lift up, ye everlasting doors. And the King of glory shall come in.
The king, who's the King of glory?
This?
Wait, cool. Slow down just a little bit. Who is the King of glory shall come in? King David is talking about Christ coming into Sheol. I'm gonna show you. Go ahead, one more time, Qanath.
Who is this King of glory? Question mark. The Lord strong and mighty, the Lord mighty in battle.
Go to 1 Peter now, Qanath. Go to 1 Peter 3 and 19. This is the witness to what King David just said. 1 Peter chapter 3, read verse 19. David says, when I go to Sheol, he's prophesying, when I go to Sheol, he said, open up the gates and let the King of glory come in. Christ come in. Let him come in so he can set us free.
1 Peter what?
1 Peter 3, verse 19.
1 Peter 3 and 19. By which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. Wait a minute, brother. Hold on. Brothers and sisters, listen. And it's just the spirit that making us do this because it must be important. The spirits, what spirits, man? And where's this place? I'm gonna read this again. By which also he went and preached unto the spirits in prison. You can't leave. You can't go. There's no escape. Come on, what is it? Let's go.
Read verse 20. 1 Peter 3:19.
Verse 20.
Yeah, 20. Mhm.
which sometimes were disobedient.
We're
Them spirits were
disobedient.
disobedient. Mhm.
Mhm.
When once the long suffering of the Most High waited in the days of Noah,
In the
while
days
the
of
ark,
Noah. Mhm.
mhm,
Go
while
ahead.
the while the ark was prepared, when few, that is, 8 souls were saved by water.
Uh-huh. So when King David says in Psalms 24:7, lift up your heads, meaning all the people in Sheol, and all you gates, because it's gates in Sheol, ye everlasting doors, and let the King of glory come in. This is when Christ went down to Sheol to preach the gospel. When he gave up the ghost. Now, real quick, Qanath, First Peter 4, chapter 4, read verse 6.
4 and 6.
Uh-huh.
For this cause was the gospel preached also to them that are dead,
The
right?
gospel, the
That
gospel
they might hmm,
I'm
that
sorry.
they might be judged according to men in the flesh,
The
but
gospel
live
was preached.
according to God in the spirit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You see that? You want to say
Mhm.
something, Qanath?
That's it. That's it. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I was
Uh,
looking for this. I was looking for this verses in Revelations where it talks about
go to
the
Baruch.
prophets.
Go to
The
Baruch. One more. I'll let you say what you gotta say. One more for me. Go to Baruch 3 and 4. Baruch chapter 3, verse 4. This
okay,
more
Baruch.
prophecy about Sheol. Last
Okay,
verse for me. Baruch 3, verse 4.
Baruch 3 and 4. On his wise. For thou endurest forever, and will perish utterly.
You have Baruch 3, chapter 3, verse 4.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong verse. O Lord Almighty, thou God of Israel, hear now the prayers of the dead Israelites.
Hear now the
And,
prayer of the dead Israelites in Sheol.
Mhm.
Like King David says in Psalms 24:7, he said, lift up your heads and open the gates and let the King of glory, Christ, come in so he can free us and bring us out of Sheol. And that's what Christ did.
Yep. 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 Yeah, I was looking for that verse in Revelation where it talks about the false prophets going to be.
In hell, right? I think
Yeah, it's in Revelations. Is it 19? Okay.
let me see if I can help you get it real fast here.
I don't have my Bible. Shucks.
Let me see something.
Oh, Qanath dropped out.
Are you sure? I think he wanted Revelation 21 and 8. I think that's what he wanted. Revelation 21 and verse 8. I read it real quick. But the fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable, the murderers, the whoremongers, the sorcerers, the idolaters, and all liars, all of you teaching the 10 tribes, went to the Americas, and the Hispanics are God's people, and teaching reincarnation, and Joseph is the father, and all these doctrines, is all liars. It says right here, shall have their part in the lake with the burning with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. It's all liars are going to burn. It don't matter what kind of doctrine you teach. If you teaching a lie, your black ass is going to burn. Ain't no getting around.
I don't want to be a part of that. I tell you that right now. Not me. But anyway, I will see if Qanath will come back on.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm sleepy myself. I gotta get up early.
Yeah, me too.
And he wanted to show us a picture of some land. But yeah, Israel, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, because Qanath may have been on his phone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his phone went dead. Who knows?
No, he was on a laptop.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, y'all, once again, we just put our heads together, put our research together, do the work, you know, gracefully for the Lord. Nobody's trying to get YouTube fame or money or anything like that. It's all about the truth, you know.
Yep.
And it's not even about disrespecting nobody or how many years you've been in the truth, man. It's about telling the truth to the people, you know, not keep feeding people lies. This ain't got nothing to do with your race, Hispanic or none of that stuff.
Nope.
Where, you know, it's not what it's about. It's about the truth. And one thing people got to realize too, I think that when you deal with One West Israelites, because they think because you from New York, it's a totally different way of life. Everybody don't live around Hispanics and Arabs and all these different kind of people. It's not like that everywhere in all these different places. It's just not like that. You know, everywhere and this is the same thing I was telling Elder Bakwash, because I'm from New York and you from New York, Yehuda, you see what I'm saying? I'm not from New York, but not from DC. You know what I'm saying? I ain't grew up with no Hispanics. Never met none until
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
That's for Israelites. Never met about Hispanic people or dealt with them. Ever.
Let me tell you something, man. Bakwash is a liar. Let me tell you something. I grew up in East New York and Bushwick. Most blacks do not hang around Hispanics. He's a liar. He act like we just always was around Hispanics. No, most black people, we stuck with our own kind. We hung out with our own kind. That's a fact.
And that's what I'm saying.
You may saw some guys that may have hung out with some Hispanics, but most black men, when I grew up, they did not hang around no Hispanics.
And that's what I'm saying, right? Like, we in America, you got different parts in America. And it's just point blank period. You got Mexicans over in the Cali, LA, different types of origins of people. But we know New York is damn near every race there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Mecca of America.
And I'm sorry, I got cut off. I want to read this verse. The devil didn't want to read this verse, so I want to read this verse.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, my laptop dropped. I don't know what's my whole and everything to stop messing up over here. But this is Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstones, where the beast and the false prophets are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So why y'all telling people there is no so-called hell? There is no place that you're going to suffer. It says false prophets, people who continue to sin or whatever. But you're telling people hell is a condition, right, on earth.
And it said many false prophets shall arise. And that's why I said I repented from One West teachings, because I was a false prophet myself. Don't have no problem saying it. I'm humble enough to say that. I was teaching stuff that was wrong, that wasn't right. And I corrected that, and I don't teach that stuff anymore, and I repented from it. I'm not ashamed to say it. So, another thing is, I want to point out something he said in the video about us teaching, saying how the Most High is waking up everybody with One West teachings. That's false. There was many Israelites years before One West was popping, and even branched to be as big as they are. He act like that the world is just off of, everything is just done off of One West way of life. You got thousands and thousands of Israelites around the earth. That's the same thing that ISUBK was trying to do. We waking all these people. No, you're not.
Exactly.
Thousands and thousands of Israelites all the way around the earth.
Millions.
So let's stop that.
In fact, there's more Israelites in Africa than the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, they need to stop that. Like, if it wasn't for New York, like this ain't no, like this some rap shit. If it wasn't for New York and One West, y'all wouldn't know who you. No, we wouldn't. Yes, we would. And then everybody, Elder Moshe, he an Israelite. He didn't learn from One West. Didn't know nothing about
Elder
One West.
He been in knowledge almost 40 years.
That's what I'm saying. And all these different people learned different stuff, but everybody didn't come through the ranks of One West. So
and you know what too, Sean?
That.
You know what too? I want to piggyback off what you said. You're 100% correct. You can go all the way back to the 1930s, 1940s, 50s, 60s. Black people always said, even the Christians, they always said they were the chosen people.
Black people always knew we was a chosen.
Jamaicans been writing music about it for years before One West.
And that's what be killing me when they keep talking that, oh, One West, if it wasn't for us. And then they say all these people, camp members from One West. The scriptures tell you just like this. Many are called, but few are chosen. So just because it's many of these One West Israelites, don't mean you're chosen.
But hold on, Sham. I got one better.
But wait. They're the minority, Shawshank. One West is a minority compared to all the blacks, Jews worldwide. They're the minority.
But let's say they was the majority. Let's just say there's a majority. It's a difference between.
Go ahead.
But listen, I know that. I know they're the minority. But here's the thing: minority, majority, few, a lot, 1, 2, a billion. If you're teaching false, it doesn't matter. It says false prophets. You got a chart that does not exist, and you try to talk about the 2 sticks. We didn't broke down the 2 sticks. You're talking about Hosea 7 and 8. We didn't broke down that. That's how they changed, right? We just showed you that the Phoenicians are not Israelites.
Nope. We
just showed you about the boat. They can't go down through the ship. We broke down 2nd Esdras more than 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We done broke down the meaning of the 144,000. We understand the virgin birth now, right? It's a lot of stuff that you're teaching is completely wrong. Completely. So when you say, oh, One West, what are you teaching? You're teaching people coming back as king. Show me where it says Abba Biv is going to be King David. Right? Show me this. It's not there. So you teaching people that Israel. Now you're not even teaching the people that's actually Israel. We put a video up showing where a brother that's in GMS talking about I'm tired of these nigga women, but the women on the 10 tribe chart. And we used to do the same bullshit crap teaching. Well, you can have any woman from any tribe. And you got all these 9 or 10 other people that's not Negro. And then the scriptures say that you're only supposed to mix tribes.
Yep.
So you won't mess up your other brother, other tribe inheritance.
Which is in the law, but they talk about 613 laws, but they don't talk about those laws or that law specifically. They ignore those laws. Well, King David got a Benjamite. But nigga, you're not King David.
And you talk about King David, and then you talk, hold on, this is another bullshit law. You're teaching, you're the truth. King David laid with a girl, right? And had sex with her, right? And then you talk about a damsel is 13. We prove a damsel is 20 and up.
Trying to justify pedophilia.
Yes.
But they don't call them niggas out, though.
No, they don't call them out. The nigga try to, well, I gotta say nigga, because he called me a nigga. Talking about you, Daniela. You gonna try to talk about me, but you got people that live in New York where you at, completely off doing certain things, and you ain't open your mouth. But you want to talk about, oh, this Qanath peoples or this, Block Shasham and all this type of stuff, right? But you know what it is? It's a clique, and we get it. We get it. It's a clique, but that clique is not going to save your black ass when you go to Sheol for lying. You sit up here right now, Daniela, calling yourself priest, Daniela. Who gave you that? Who said that you a priest, brother? The scriptures say a priest can't, don't give me the one about where the Most High say we're going to be priests. Well, that's when he bring us back and clean us up.
That's when
we won't be spotted or blemished.
That's going to be when Christ established the 1,000-year millennial reign.
Exactly. Right now, and I clowned you because you tried to clown me. So I clowned you, and there's nothing against you because my son suffered from my son suffered from eczema, and you got eczema. So it said you can't have an eczema. You just put a little cream on your fine, and you got it bad. But how can you be a priest and you're talking about your skin you can't have no spot or no blemish on the skin?
I ain't a priest. I got tattoos everywhere.
And I have a question.
That messed up my eye. My leg, my knee was broken. I'm blemished.
I had torn ligaments. Come on, man.
I can't be a priest.
Broke my finger, broke my. Come
like
on.
This. So that's why I say I'm just a humble servant, nothing else.
But here's my question to the brother Daniela, right? The law of Moses said only the Levites can teach. So you telling me that they came over here? We know, which we know is a lie. Now we know it's a lie. We proved they did not come over here. You saying they came over here without any Levites to teach them the laws of Moses?
Bishop, still not working?
Man, hey, look, hey, Shasha, hey, Yehuda, I want to show them something because we've been teased so much, especially me, right, on something. And most high will, y'all gonna see me walk on this, and me and Shasha walk on this, and Yehuda walk on this. But remember, we kept on talking about a land fund, and very few people donated, maybe 7, and I don't even think. I mean, we didn't really get nothing. I'm just gonna keep it funky. Right? Shay, how much money we get on a land donation?
Not much to my knowledge.
Okay, but here goes something we got. Since them guys wanted to clown us and all that, well, that's land that we own now. All right, that's land that we own right now, and about to get some more. And you will see our feet on the ground. Hallelujah. What does that mean? Well, this means a place where we can go and do what we want to do. Right? And we know once you get something like that, it takes hard work. Hard work. Like Mayweather say, hard work. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it takes that, you know, and we're going to keep on doing this if it's the Most High will. And we got a lot more. A lot more. Yehuda, man, he be going, he be like, hey, let's do this, let's do that. I said, okay, we're good. I want to do this. Got the chance. Well, it's a lot. Hundreds of classes.
Nah, I want them to deal with what we brought up tonight.
He's not going to deal with it. He's not going. He said he's not. But here's the thing: all you do is talk, and then we come with the scriptures, and you don't have nothing else. Oh, He just no. Oh, one more thing, Yehuda, let you speak.
Go ahead.
He said this in the video. Qanath, all you do is slander and talk about people. And I said, tell me one thing I said about peoples that's a lie. And how many peoples have I talked about? How many peoples? You can count less than 5. When we mention, go ahead, Shan.
You know what I think it is? The fact that you let the platform be open to people who ain't got a voice to defend themselves and let people know the shit that been going on and the bad experience that they have. That's why they say, hey, but if you should mind your business. It ain't about minding our business. If we would never put the pressure on a Yike Corp to leave that little child alone, who knows, that little girl could be pregnant by him or anything right now. Ain't nobody else stepped up to do the shit. So, and that's where it all stemmed from. It wasn't that we was in other people's business. People started coming to us because nobody wouldn't give them a voice to allow them to speak. So they don't want our platform to be an open platform so people can come on and speak about issues or things they have in leadership and getting unfair, justly treatment, as many people get in the Israelite community in camps because you have a quote unquote status or you're elder. So if you do something wrong to me, I can't get no justice or nothing done about it. Like, for example, the situations of, I hate to keep bringing his name up, Zabak sleeping with people's wives and nothing get done. He can just fuck your wife and your wife got fucked. And nobody does nothing about it. That's the problem.
Hey, Qanath, Daniela, he didn't talk about him, huh? Zabak sleeping with people. He didn't bring him up, huh?
And that's what I mean. So when people ain't getting justice for the shit they being wronged and nobody don't want to hear that story, it's keep it silent. Don't say nothing, Michael. You shouldn't be airing personal people's business out. So, but if he fuck your wife, what you gonna do? Is you gonna want justice? If this dude molests your child, what you gonna do? Do you want justice? You want somebody to do something about it? You gonna do something about it?
Or beat you up because you allegedly was reaching for a gun, and we proved up the lie.
Exactly. So it's just that's the foolishness that go in Israel. That's why I said now it seems like everybody's just like Kwame Brown said, to go along, get along Israelites.
Right,
man. Shit's sick and it's sad. It shouldn't be that way.
And try to rule by intimidation, try to intimidate you. You know, it's just amazing. It's amazing. but dispute the scriptures, dispute the history, dispute it. And truth be told, this is not even 5% of what the Most High revealed. We slowed down because like, man, ain't nobody saying that. Just let it rock because it's so much. We like, just let it rock. Oh, I'm gonna say something. They was going to battles on. I'm not even gonna mention these people's names because they made clown videos on me and every damn thing, right? GMS did to us years ago. We gonna debunk that Hosea 7:8. We'll debate the chart. We'll do this. Ain't nobody done nothing. Nothing. And I'm gonna say something. This one more. And
GOCC said they was gonna do it. They disappeared. Yeah. They fell back in the wind. We'll take the trail chart debate challenge. Where they at? Still waiting.
And let me say this to Tazariot, right? And he may not hear it, but I hope he does. What Garfield said about his daughter is completely wrong. And I don't blame, and they said Garfield apologized. So he apologized. That's good. But Tazariot said, man, I would never debate him or talk to him because he disrespected my child. He said, if I was in the street, it would have been on. And I respect him for being a man and holding back on that. However, Tazariot, even Zion Lex went on this one. And Daniela, you mad at me and all the F.O.P., Yehuda Shashan, what we teach. You don't want to deal with us. You don't watch us. You nobody. You don't want to deal with us. Tazariot, you won't deal with the brother for saying something about your daughter. I don't blame you. But y'all go sit on there on a couch, oh man, who don't believe in, we believe in the Most High, right? We believe in the Most High. But you go sit on this couch. We don't talk about your children, right? But you don't like us. So you respect yourself, your family, and your children more than you do God. Where the man say, F your God is a pedophile, a rapist, and a liar, and you go sit up there on his couch, but you don't want to talk to your own brethren. You call us names.
Then the nigga said, I thought they died out. I hope they die out. Just go away. Like that much hate because you can't defend the doctrine. You can't debunk it. It's that much.
We die off and all that, but you sit up there and be with a damn. Come on, really?
He loved that white boy.
That's the hypocrisy.
His cracker sidekick. Oh, he loved him, boy. He got a nerve to talk about white people, but you got a white boy sitting right beside you.
And Warrior Lord, like I said, you a good dude, man. You want to come on our channel, bro? You can watch over here.
But let me say something. I gotta say this too, though, Shan. You're a good guy, but Warrior Lord, I want you to keep it all the way real, though, bro. Because you. And if you feel we off, tell the truth. You feel they off, tell the truth. However, I saw you ask him questions. He's not answering questions, bro. Take us to fire on questions, but take him to fire on questions too. Tell him to break down Hosea 7:8. Don't be respect the person. Tell him to break down 144,000. Don't be respect the person. Tell him to break down 2nd Ezra that he was supposed to break down damn near 2 years. Don't respect the person. Tell him to break down the virgin birth. Don't be respect the person, right? All and more, and tell him to break down reincarnation. No respect the person. Tell him to break down the 12-tribe chart. No respect the person. Tell him to break down Genesis 49, Deuteronomy 33. No respect the person.
And tell him
to break down I think it's Jeremiah, where it talks about speckled bird, clean and unclean. Tell him to break down, can he be a priest being blemished? You call them priests, and I love you, Warrior Lord. But understand this. People who follow false prophets could be in trouble too. So answer them questions and ask him to ask us anything. And if it's the Most High will, we'll try to answer it. And we won't take a year and a half or 2 years to do it.
And tell him to break down the Iraqi marshlands. Break down the Euphrates narrow waters, where the horses and chariots and wagons went through with the Babylonians and the Assyrians. Break down that.
Right.
And
lying ass niggas.
And like I said, man, Warrior Lord, all our people over here love you. We never disrespect you. You always got the utmost respect and love on our channel, no matter what kind of comment you left, whether you agree, disagree, or whatever.
Right.
You never was biased. Don't let nobody, I don't care if you moderating that channel or not, brother, make you say you was being biased and you playing two-sided. That's some snake shit. Because you on somebody's channel learning. Obviously, you're mad because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Straight like that. You don't fucking know. And you trying to use years in the truth as like you know something. If you fucking knew, then just bring the shit out. But to try to do that to somebody that's just a humble person trying to learn, but you supposed to be an elder and a teacher in the nation, man, cut it out. That's that follow me now, brainwash type shit where you can't learn nothing or you can't ask questions. That IUIC shit. You don't like what's going on in here? Then you can get out. That's
Right.
what they told them. That's that bullshit, man. I'm over you. Don't do it to yourself. You're going down the wrong path in life, brother. Don't ever be a follower. Like I said, to get to the kingdom, you got to follow Yahawashi. Ain't none of these niggas is the King of Kings, Lords and Lords. And he ain't walking the earth right now physically with us. Spiritually he is. But physically, right now, your path to the kingdom is through your ass and your mind. You better think and use your goddamn brain. That's why the Most High gave you one.
Yeah, so don't be on that channel, bro. I'm not saying don't be on the channel, but keep it real, brother. Keep it real with them. You know, keep it real with them. Sorry about that. Keep it real with them, man. You know, if you over there say, bro, and you know what he gonna tell you? Well, brother, I'm not gonna answer that. Go over there and ask them. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. But he can shoot shots, right? Here's the thing, and I want all. And that's why I love my brothers Lima and them, my sister Lima Star and all them, man. All my moderators on this side because they hold it down. They real. They real. They keep it real. They keep it real.
L channel.
Always been like that, man. But here's the thing, real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all get the last word because let y'all get the last word. We was not talking about Daniela. Somebody else came on the channel. He mentioned my name. That was fine, but then he said what we teach is bullshit. And in the Northern Kingdom, they're gonna do this, and he's gonna come out with his. So we responded, and then when we responded, he tried to do a fallacy and come with all this other shit. And now we coming at you. We had no respect to person. Point blank, period. So let's see, is the mighty priest Daniela, right, going to do something? Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. Daniela, Sarnetta made you. Sarnetta made you. Because before you went on Sarnetta with our other brother, I'm not going to mention his name, nobody knew you. Nobody knew who you was. Nobody seen your teaching, right? It was the other guy, right, that passed away. It was him. You was a nobody. And you should always try to be a nobody, Israel, like we try to be. We don't care no fame and all that glory shit. Sarnetta made you. When Kim came, before Kim on trial, who was Priest Daniela? Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Hardly no videos on YouTube. Right? And then when Kim on trial came, you was with our brother. Yeah, I was on, what you call him, hyping it up and all that. Wonderful, beautiful. But nobody knew who you was. Ain't nobody see no masterful teaching or any breakdowns or some fire street teaching. But one thing I do know, when I first met you, always was a nice guy. Always respectable guy. Always like that. And that's how I respect you as a nice guy. But what you did try to call me out on that, that's some sucker shit. Now let's deal with the scriptures. We ain't got to speak no more ever again, bro. Deal with the scriptures. Go in there and disprove them, break it down. Euphrates River, the marshlands, the ships, what we brought down the scriptures. Crush it like you said you would do it so everybody can see that you're the priest, the Levite. So we can all see it.
Hey, and also show us that the Levites and the Benjamites did not go into captivity with the 10 tribes according to scripture, because we proved that they did, which also kills that chart. We want you to prove that too. Prove that the Benjamites and the Levites were not among the 10 tribes.
And I'm gonna say this is the last thing I'm gonna say. In the words of my good brother, Maharakar, like he said in the video, One West, some elders, somebody better say something, because he said out his own mouth in the video, it didn't happen. I ain't going to say they're not Israel, but they ain't come to America this way, through no Euphrates, through none of that. Maharakar even told you out his own mouth from studying with us, it didn't happen.
We actually showed Maharakar. We showed him.
And he started studying with us and chimed in on the video and said out his own mouth, some elder, somebody, go look at the video. Somebody better say something, because it didn't happen.
Yep.
And a man can be honest and tell you it didn't happen. So where are the elders? Where anybody going to say something? It didn't happen. To be honest, he was in the original One West. Why would he?
Shashem, it's funny. He said it didn't happen. He agreed it didn't happen.
Didn't happen that way. He said they came over somewhere else, but he said they ain't come through no Euphrates.
Here's the thing, though. They didn't come over somewhere else. But here's the thing: if it didn't happen, like you said, Second Ezra said that they went to a further country. They didn't migrate until the Assyrian captivity. That's when they left. So it didn't happen no other time. That's the only time they migrated during the Assyrian captivity. According to Second Ezra. So either way, they can't
plane tickets. That's funny as hell.
They have nowhere else to run, bro.
Well, they must have caught TWA before they went out of business, or American Airlines or something. I don't know. Yeah, but I like that. That's good. Damn.
And like I said, this is no hate towards even people who want to claim those tribes, Northern Kingdom and all that. I don't care. You can serve the Father. My thing is, I ain't got no hate for nobody, Hispanics, Mexicans, none of that. It's just about teaching the truth and not lies. I'm not teaching no lie, man. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it. I ain't with no go along, get along gang or to make somebody feel good, man. It's about the truth. It ain't about wanting smoke and all that other stupid stuff. It's about teaching the truth, man. If you going to teach
Sham and Yehuda, you know what I find ironic? And Yehuda, you don't know about this, but a lot of brothers real tight with Sham and I, man. They was real tight with us. They liked us, but they just stopped liking us because we see things different. To me, you wasn't a real brother. You wasn't a real brother if you just stopped liking us, and it's just amazing to me. To me, you was not a real brother if you feel that way.
Yeah, because they got to continue pleasing these Hispanics. They have to continue, because you think about it, they've been lying to them all these years since y'all created that 12 tribe chart, right? I mean, how many years they've been teaching this doctrine? So that's why they're upset, because they gotta keep pleasing these Hispanics.
There's nothing wrong with saying, you know what? Okay, I had brothers tell me, man, y'all right about that whole Yosemite.
Deep in the water, so it's hard for them to accept that they're not Israel. It's hard.
I had brothers tell me, I'm not gonna mention no names. They said we never taught that, so I gotta take their word on it, But people in their camps,
when the elder said out his mouth, "What y'all teaching is right, but it's too late to change things out his mouth," I knew it was over. I said, "Man, this is crazy. What you mean it's too late to change things?"
They told us that. That shot shot.
And I'll leave it at that. So I'm done. I'll leave it at that.
Hey Sham, you want to end it with a song? You want to let that video play? That the woman going down the Euphrates River.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Dang. I'll play that and play the song going out with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm going.
Hey, let the song play while they going down the river.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it as I fall asleep. We talk tomorrow, Sham and Qanath.
No doubt, Most High bless. Hey, don't get folked up tonight. Yeah, play it going down the river and play the song, man. Snap. And you gotta hide me, Sham, because I'm on my. No, I can hide myself. I got it.
You good? Hold on.
I gotta hide myself. Yeah, sure. Going down Euphrates River, man, on a song. If you're not tired, play it twice.
So these Negroes is crazy, man. Where is it? Thank you for everybody tuning into the show. Most High bless y'all. We love y'all. Love all our moderators and support us. Shout out to Warrior Lord. You always welcome on our channel, brother. No hate. Don't be a Israelite. Always increase knowledge. Don't let nobody manipulate you into believing their doctrine. That means they controlling you. Don't do it. Most High bless y'all. We love y'all.
You know why we're not afraid? What? That he's great in turban. Turban was destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't Marshes saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker Popo. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that they stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We Lords, generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the ox on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives no red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker Popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk. Let my people go, cause that's my battle cry.
You know why we're not afraid? What? That he's great in turban. Turban was destruction. Y'all think it come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't Marshes saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 4 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that they stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. We lords, generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my share crop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. It's for Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red dot that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out, put the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki-colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and white folk, let my people go, cause it's my battle cry.